Tenshi. Ball in. Okay. Just wondering if I'm gonna go pick up Raiden's polearm, which, I mean, one is kind of a vanity thing, just like me picking up Eula's Claymore. Because on what planet is it ever gonna be useful? Literally none. Okay. So in that case, I did forge some ore. Just go over and pick that up, and then I suppose do some weeklies. I am. So I'm getting less time to mine this ore. I'm actually using white iron, which is incredibly inefficient, because for a full days of forging ore, you need to spend 600 of these. Hello! Should I do weekly bosses first, or roll for Raiden's weapon first? Because at this point, I am just collecting old weapons that I don't have, because it's... If I had to work a freaking finance job, I can... Okay. So in that case, I am going to... Let me see... What kind of team should I run with? You work. Yeah. And then Nicole, Durin, probably, yeah. Nicole, Durin, and Chevy, maybe? Yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah. Because I want to test out, I want to have them fight weekly Raiden, and then I'll roll in the domain. Next banner is apparently Odette, Flynn's, and Nefa, and I think it's Odette and Arlecchino. Because based on Stygian, we're getting Stellar Shield for Odette, and kind of, I guess, Mizuki and Standy. It's a general purpose Stellar boss that takes more, would be taking the most damage from Stellar Swirl, but is also stunned by Stellar Conduct. And it's easier to use, and there isn't really a good way to invest in Stellar Swirl right now. Because the only Stellar Swirl DPS of actual note is Mizuki. Yeah, Flynn's is fun, and it is genuinely hilarious how useful he has been in Stygian. If you can get a Flynn's and Nefa team, so much in Stygian can be brute forced by them. I'm not going to do it again, especially since I'm kind of halfway through a run here, but the Stellar Shield boss that you're supposed to fight with Sandy, Flynn's can brute force that thing. Electro damage is good, especially since it does interact with every kind of elemental shield of note. I mean, other than Electro, obviously, which we don't run into a lot, but it can deal damage to Pyro, Hydro, Cryo shields over time. How? I mean, how many characters do they C6R5? I feel like at that point it isn't even particularly fun. Okay, cool. And he'll have enough. Okay. Hi there. And okay, cool. Let's run it. Most of the damage is, of course, going to be coming from Durin. There we go. Cool. And... Yeah, most of the damage is coming from Durin. This is actually pathetic. Okay. Alright. Well. Which one is... It's this one? Why? I mean, it's just... Why would you do that, though? I cannot think of any meaningful benefit you get from running multiple accounts. And she didn't even get to come on field. That's kind of sad. This team has absolutely zero energy issues, and I don't need to do that. Okay, it's time. Well, I mean, because you could be investing in, like, property or something. I mean, does he also live around LA? Because if you spent 30K, well, I don't know. California money's fucked up. I mean, you can always invest in stocks. I spend money on this game, but it's because I have a decent income, don't pay rent, and can save up for other stuff, and this is kind of a drop in the bucket. Like, at that point, I don't know, like, buy someone and harvest their organs. I don't know. It's just, what are you doing? Okay, engulfing lightning. And the fun fact is that originally this thing was called Grasscutter's Light, or technically Kusanagi no Inabikari. The Kusanagi, also known as Ama no Murakumo, is a pretty famous Japanese sword. Like, it's not a katana, because it's not curved at all. Here, I'll pull it up. How? Like, owning child-operated diamond mines in the third world? I mean, it's... I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a better vice than, like, draining adrenochrome from children or any other substance, but it's just kind of surprising to me. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this thing... in Japanese, it's Kusanagi no Inabikari, or basically Grasscutter's Light, and it's Ama no Murakumo. Yeah. Well, also Kusanagi no Tsurugi, which is, you know, the grass-cutting sword, which is why it was originally grass-cutter. And they changed that, and engulfing lightning doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's... I kind of understand why they obscured a lot of the Chinese cultural references, because they didn't want to scare people off back in 2020 when everyone still hated China. It's crazy how fast things changed, in part because of this game. But it... covering up a Japanese cultural reference is crazy. 450k? Huh. What does he do? Kill people? Okay. So we also have a few rules on Blue Banner. Yeah. I mean, for people who make that money, usually it's not salary compensation as much as getting stock options and doing tax haven stuff. Yeah, it's a crazy amount of energy recharge, but it's a naginata used to cut grass. Any army that stands before this weapon will probably be likewise cut down. But again, it's basically a sword interpreted as a naginata. Oh, interesting. I know the internet's the internet, but it's surprising that someone would have a friend who's presumably like 2 decades older than him. I hope you weren't groomed. You meet him on Roblox? Sorry I'm being loopy, I'm just kind of tired. But as of right now, we have 9 pity on normal banner, so this will take me to 13. Okay. Oh, is it a family friend? Or okay, so this is 10. This is 11. Oh, okay. So it's... okay, older brother of a... How much older was either? Because it... I mean, really? I would assume he's in his 30s or something, right? If he's owning a lot. 10. Huh. That fast. Trying not to be impressed. Okay, so we're at 0 on this right now. Let's see where this takes me. I mean, and again, it's also just California money is crazy. The only thing crazier than California money is New York City money. Right now, I'm doing financial sales that are kind of mortgage-oriented, and it's crazy seeing how expensive houses are in various parts of the country. I've seen relatively comparable houses be around 50k in one place, and then upwards of $1 million in California or NYC. It's crazy. Okay. Oh, well that... if he's Nepo, I think that kind of complicates things. Okay. Alright. Okay. And here's 10. And if it comes down to it, I would not complain about... getting a Bina's signature copy, because that would mean slightly more free energy for her, and God knows she needs the help with that. In Reading? I mean, to be fair, California cheap is still pretty expensive almost anywhere else. And I say that as a former Californian. I mean, one of the things my dad kind of kicks himself over is that when we left San Francisco back in 2009, 2010, he sold the house, and in retrospect, every now and then he just says that, you know, if he had kept it at a short-term sort of financial wound, he would have been able to rent that out and make some truly hilarious money. I mean, in rent or in property value? Okay. Getting closer. Soft Pity is at 65 on weapon. Okay. Definitely gonna have to... The nice thing is that next patch, there is only one character... Oh, that is very... Well, it's unexpected and nice. It's not a con that really does anything, but hey, there you go. Huh. Yeah, that's actually good. And hey, we won. Okay. Ballin'. Let me see. Thank you. Void is water, whatever. Let me jot this down real quick, and then I'll drink your water. Engulfing lightning. Exactly, water to celebrate. That's 63. I mean, this thing actually isn't very good. It is actually weaker on Raiden than an R5 Sacrificer's staff, the Nodcry 4-star gacha poem. But one, I don't have that weapon R5. And two, even if I did, it's nice to have it, because one, good for Zhongling, and two, let me check, and yeah, this is kept going, and I am not going to level this thing right now. This is what I'm leveling. I mean, seek gainful employment and make that California crazy money, if you want. Okay, and there we go, and now Mizuki's in a nice position. Yeah, when I was using her in theater last weekend, that weapon was at level 87. 86, I think, maybe. Yeah. Okay, and that's for Prune. Oh no, that is actually C2. Huh, okay. That's pretty decent. Hunt the Witch. Because that's right, I only got C1, the energy one. So that's... I mean, really it's C2 and then C6 are the meaningful breakpoints. Get more duration on the buff and just more attack too. Yep. Gunyu? Oh, but as I was saying, just... Hopefully they'll buff Raiden's weapon when they buff Raiden eventually. I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of people who did that for love and are now very proud of their 2020 Bitcoin. It's not terrible. It's got crit. To be fair, a lot of it is also that Raiden doesn't have crit, really. Wonder if they'll do a Razor type deal and just give her free crit from whatever Inazuma Hexerai ends up being. Because it... Let me see. Yeah, honestly, in comparison, with the crit you get, and it's crit even, which is crazy. It's just more energy recharge than you arguably need. I mean, this would allow Raiden to hit probably like 300. So 45.9. This is already about the same. She wouldn't hit 300, but she'd have like 270, which is about as much as you need. Isn't there a max? No, it's actually not maxed out at all. It would just be nice to have more, though. Yeah, because this doesn't... Wow, this does not cap anyway. On her? I got it half a year ago. And it's... Yeah, there are only 2 talents I've ever crowned. Zhongling's Burst and Bennett's Burst, but... When I said it would be nice for it to come, if I didn't already have it, I would have gone for it specifically. The reason that I didn't roll for it is because I already had it. So, there you go. Okay, so let's do our weeklies. What are you even... What? What? No, she's not, though. Like, it... Stop it with the mommy slop. It's like she is not a mommy character in any meaningful way, shape, or form. You're just saying words to say words. This is nonsense. Come on. Okay. It's she... Like, there are 4 moon goddesses and she's the baby. I can and will mute you. You doubt me, but I will. I've done it to people before, and I will do it again. But, okay, here we go. And there's no good way to dodge that attack, I swear. What the heck? It's good. Come on. And there we go, I guess. Okay. I think we can probably kill it here now, and that's nice. I will literally just play whack-a-mole forever. If you think that your determination can outpace mine, you're going to be in for a rather unpleasant surprise. Okay, that's 2 more of these. It's not as strong as my Z-Buy team, but it is very, very strong. Oh, almost done farming this domain. I farmed 180 total materials, because I count them all in one pool, because you can always just dream solvent them, and I've got a million of that by now. Of Arles, even though, if you were to max out, because it's 18... weekly mats for a given character if you were to take them to 10, 10, 10. I farm weeklies until I could theoretically 10, 10, 10 every character could use those materials, and then I can just stop and never have to do it again. Well, I mean, it's interesting, because since they do give you a few in birthday letters, it's arguably not especially efficient, but every now and then, only occasionally. First one who did was Tartaglia, I think, with the whale, because it's, you know, his boss, kinda. But, as I was saying, just... For Arles, there are not 10 characters. Stop at 10 normally. No worries. The treatment's all over, right? Congratulations, by the way. If you want to see Kaya's build, go ahead and weep. I haven't exactly had any reason to use him. I mean, he is C6, but that was done for love. Nice. Free your weekends now? Presumably. That's nice. Okay, let's fight. Chess boss. I mean, sorry? What would I even use him for? He has no real niche and purpose, which I wish he did. I like Kaya. Back when I was starting out, I used physical Kaya for almost everything. You know, watch me taking 5 whole minutes to, you know, kill the electro-hypostasis early, because before you level up in world level, weekly bosses don't even show up as icons on the map. Going to the unmarked electro-hypostasis and killing it in the course of 5 minutes with physical Kaya. Oh, nice. Did he go for kill? The craziest thing about HSR Collab is that they added a line that isn't in the Japanese, at least. I don't know if it's in the Chinese. But basically just to say that Gilgamesh is straight and only straight, which is just hilarious. I mean, because, to be fair, I mean, Enkidu is technically non-binary rather than a dude. I mean, as fun as all the gay for play jokes are. And again, it's, you know, what? It's crazy that this still works in the hitbox. Even when it's done. You know, Gilgamesh is a Reddit bisexual. He likes women and femboys, which is arguably one of the worst of his crimes, but it's interesting how the coordinated attack works. Is that this little swirl? Well, I mean, you can get either Gilgamesh or Archer for free, and there are some people who are using it to pick a second Archer copy for the Eidolon. I mean, because it is the vertical investment game. I already did. I literally told you 5 minutes ago that I crowned Bennett's Burst. Are you happy now? Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go onto this at length, but arguably the concept of a femboy is kind of inherently fascist, or inherently right-wing, and I'm kind of shitposting here, but only partially. It's kind of like, unless you're opposed to trans people, if you're not good at being a masculine man and you don't enjoy it and you like being feminine, like, eventually it raises the question of, okay, why aren't you on HRT? It's like, for a while there was that femboy fishing YouTube channel, and then because they weren't conservative, eventually they're like, well, that's right, why don't I transition? And now they're femgirl fishing. But on a related note to what you said, they are cowards for not giving Winnie cat ears. I mean, and the reason they did that is obvious, but it's... I mean, I guess the question is, it is interesting that we haven't gotten any Kimono Mimi guys since Samaru. That's partially coincidental in this case. You're the one who mentioned femboys. The call is coming from inside the house. But, oh, in all seriousness, I do try to know my audience. But, yeah. Keep on going, and let's see. I mean, to be fair. Oh, okay. Oh, sometimes my chat widget shows that. Sometimes the chat widget messes things up. That was the other guy that got confused and looked like you. Maybe I need to find a better multi-chat widget. Okay. The other guy, because sometimes if messages are sent at the same time, the chat widget messes things up. So if I ever got meaningfully popular, I would probably need to find a better one. I mean, the big issue is that technically Streamlabs will put them together on its own. The issue is that that only works if you're using the normal built-in Streamlabs method of streaming to YouTube, which is dog shit and doesn't work. It doesn't work if you want to actually save your VODs on YouTube, because it will go in, and if you apply its detail changes to old streams, and then not even... And it also cannot stream to pre-existing events you've set up. So what it will do is it will change the description of previous stream VODs, ignore the event you made, and make a brand new event, because this is a Twitch and fucking Kick-oriented app, with no actual care to work with YouTube. Understandable. Yeah, we're all no fats, no femmes here. Okay. No. We are not Timmy Thick posting today. It's just... It's hard to not use Streamlabs for a number of reasons, because it has built-in multi-stream support. And if I was using OBS, I would be running into the same kind of problem with the chat widget. No. You can't finish the question. I'm not going to let you finish that question. You're not going to post about catboys with... femboys or catboys with fat asses. Like, I have some level of dignity. Some level of... Do I? I don't even know if I do. Just personal distaste. Like, I am going to take you out back and shoot you one day. Like a small, annoying, yappy dog with rabies. And you're gonna look forward to that, aren't you? Like, if you weren't enticed by that prospect, you would have stopped. But you haven't, and what that tells me is that you want to die. Never mind. Okay. Well, the interesting thing is that they have nerfed Alyosha into the ground so many times. Well, I mean, if I really minded, I would ban. But the banner is fine. You know, if everyone just sat and watched and worshipped, things would be significantly less interesting. I do need ops. I mean, joke ops, not real ops. But. Okay, and I... Oh, okay. Guess that rotation took a little too long. Okay, come on. And we can move fast enough to avoid it. That's it. Very nice. So now I go and put this through to a circlet that I am leveling up for Durin. It was this one. It might be a bit of a question in terms of getting him some energy recharge, and wow, this is rolling like shit. It is definitely going to have to get reconfigured. Okay. And it's... Ooh, we got a triple. Messed around and got a triple level. Okay. But not only did they reduce the magnitude of Alyosha's total stellar conduct buff at C6 from 50% to 40%, but then they made it only apply to the active character, and then on top of that, they made his healing only apply to the active character when both were team-wide at some point. Yeah, I mean, aren't both Gilgamesh, Saber, and Archer/Reen the first characters with coordinated attacks in Star Rail? Gilgamesh is a fraud in the original visual novel in Unlimited Blade Works. He's not a fraud in Zero. To be fair, Zero is kind of Reddit, but it does have Alexander, who is, frankly, pretty high-tier Bara. You didn't hear that from me. I mean, also, it's pronounced Bara. I didn't say that. But also, I mean, Fate Zero is the gayest Fate. Like, Waver and is pretty explicitly gay for Iskander, which is makes it even funnier that, like, the guy who made the LMLA 2 spin-offs, Makoto Sanda, because Urobuchi Gen made Fate Zero as the original light novel, made Waver. I mean, Waver is explicitly aroused by Iskander, to say the least. He's kind of canonically gay. And then in the spin-off novels that another guy made, he was like, Waver is not gay. Which is even funnier because they basically gave him a gay sugar daddy. Yeah. But it's... I mean, in Fate Extra CCC, Gilgamesh is not a fraud. It helps that he's a protagonist servant. But he's also literally the strongest, and he is literally the game's easy mode. He's kind of mid in FGO. Can't remember the last time I used him. Doesn't help that he's NP1 for me, but regardless. But, yeah. I mean, I'm not really a watching things guy. The only thing I've watched is Samurai Champloo, Bebop, and both of those were dubbed because I was watching with family, so it doesn't really count. But, and then, 3 Fate shows. Come on, ooh, heal me, Oh wait, was that? I think Chi-Chi just saved me from death. That's right. This is actually kind of... No, she didn't, because it's only when you... It's not like Barbara and Dolly and Columbian where you auto-revive. You have to use Burst. You know, I can't recommend skipping any parts, but if you have to skip one, honestly, skip part 3. Jotaro is a better character in part 4 than his own part, and it's... Goldeen or what fish? That's cool, though. And, okay, there we go. What was your beef with the dog? Oh, okay. Opposite of beef. You know, I can kinda understand. Kinda. Okay. Well, you're gonna go back to the other side. Let's get a little closer now. There we go. And this is a hit count check, which is actually pretty darn good for Sandy, too. I do like that Sandy's actually a pretty good anti-decor character. It is very funny. Okay, there we go. I mean, how can you skip it and have it make you cry? This makes no sense. Okay. Cool. Here's your revenge, Sandy. No. Just farm some... Oh, Remoraid. Are you familiar with the design of Beta Remoraid from the Gold and Silver Beta? It's actually very cool, because it... Oh, what's the Japanese name of Remoraid? But Octillery in Japanese is Octank. Okay, it's Tipolo. Oh, it's a pun. Remoraid's a pun, because in Japanese, in English, Remoraid is, Remora plus Raid, and I did not mean to touch that. What do you mean OG twins? Didn't I give you a shiny Magikarp in ZA? Yeah, but it's Gunfish, which is also Archerfish. Okay. Interesting. Shooting base... Oh, I did... What? Didn't know this was a thing. Well, I definitely heard about it some time ago, probably. But yeah, exactly, in the beta, Remoraid is just a gun. As the reason a fish evolves into an octopus is because it's less a fish evolving into an octopus, and, yep, Octank, more a gun evolving into a tank. And it's... Do they have it? And, yep, you can see that here. Thank you, Bulbapedia. Hard to beat. Okay. Nice. You gonna turn into a Gyarados ever? Just curious. Yeah. It's, well, in the beta, Octillery was more explicitly an armored tank, and Remoraid was more explicitly a gun. It does evolve into an octopus still, but they're more a normal fish and a normal octopus. That's also why Mantine's older sprites had a Remoraid under its wing, because it was meant to basically be a cannon on the wing of a ship. That was the concept behind it. Twins? Well, oh no, if you're talking about this game, the original character was not a different set of twins. The original character was Kate Castellana, who was going to be another Kiana equivalent. They did not end up doing... Oh, and the quest's gone. Oh, well. They didn't do that, but she was... I don't know if she still is, but she was originally still in the files. Octazooka's fun. You know, there are 2 Pokemon who have ever learned Octazooka. You know what those Pokemon are? No, Kate... You can't just call everyone mommy. I'll kill you. Okay. But Octazooka. For some reason, there was some Japanese celebrity who got to basically pick a Pokemon and any 4 moves for a giveaway once. And for whatever... No, actually, they did add it to Grapploct. And they added it to Horsey? What the heck? Okay, well, Okay, I'm going to show you the stupid garbage, but... Okay, they did add it to Grapploct, which makes sense. Does anyone else get Octolock? Oh, they give it to Malamar, I think, I think they did? Yeah, they give it to Malamar in ZA, which is pretty cool. You know, signature moves are cool, but moves that are specific to a few Pokemon are almost cooler. So And then Sableye from Chief Golgo's Sableye. Yeah, exactly, it's just... Some celebrity from Pokemon Smash just chose these moves. It's like... Why Octazooka? Yeah. Let me see. Yep. Well, it's more of a... It's actually gold. Kind of a gold-green. Sort of a dull gold with a greenish tinge. Yeah. I would say Diancie, probably, actually. It's a shame it's not good in ZA, because Glass Cannons suck in ZA. It. The real sin of Legend ZA, I'll tell you what I think it is. Which is that it's that Xerneas and Yveltal didn't get Megas. Which is just kind of baffling to me. Because they're even more explicitly tied up with Mega Evolution as a phenomenon in the context of ZA. And they only gave it to Zyko. It would have made sense if maybe if they withheld it for DLC, but it isn't even that. Just never had it. I am not. Could you tell? Yeah. I mean, the real question is, Yveltal is not as good, so it's really not as much of a question at all. I mean, it's not as much of an interesting question. It's not as much of a question at all, but how they would make a Mega Xerneas meaningfully better than just a Xerneas with Power Herb to use a quicker Geomancy. It's also funny that in Legend ZA, I mean, people still do try using Geomancy, but I use physical Xerneas. Because all stat buffs in ZA are time limited, they wear off, and they're also the same magnitude. They cap at 50% increase, and we have a move that gives you a +2 or +3 stages in the normal games. They just make the buff last for longer. So Geomancy is not really nearly as useful, especially since it still takes a hell of a long time to pull off. So I'll just use a physical Xerneas when I run Xerneas in ZA, which is cool. I mean, Xerneas and Yveltal are honestly the most annoyingly non-min-max legends because of the fact that they've got just under 100 speed, which is so bad, honestly, given that 100 has kind of been the base point. And it's gotten higher. I mean, to be fair, you could make an argument that if you're not going to be 110 or 120, you might as well have 50. I mean, you might prefer to have 50 so you could trick them, but yeah, I do. I mean, otherwise I would quit my job. And this is the only reason I want to remain employed. But, it's as someone who at least used to, now working 40 hours a week, make shorts of, Abyss and Endgame clears. It's nice to pretty reliably have new characters, plus they're refined. I used to just be Battle Pass and... Okay, come on. I used to be Battle Pass and Welkin only. That is no longer the case. I mean, now that, with employment, there's less reason to. Good question. When I'm a landlord and don't have to work. So wait a few years. And come on. You can brute force this, and it... Yeah. Holy crap, Escoffier. That was fun. It is funny to just avoid the gimmick and just brute force it down. Yeah, because, weaker teams, you have to have something with enough blunt damage in a short amount of time to destroy the pot, or you can just kill it before the pot finishes cooking and it heals and buffs. The other thing is that with a Minecraft server, it would be, one, pretty heavily modded, which would probably present a bit of a limitation for some people. And also, people would have to be on their best behavior, because I would almost certainly be streaming it. Yeah. But it's just a question of how big or small. I mean, I wouldn't want people to rate it, is the thing. Because I would want to be able to do roleplay. Never, because all of my money is getting invested in property. I mean, maybe once I have $1 million like your family friend. Maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna become a parasite. And then I can quit my job and just do this for my fun. It's like, why be a productive member of society when you can leech off other people by seeking rents? Please do not say things that will encourage people to groom you. That cannot ever end well. Okay, so I'm gonna kill these things, and then I'm going to, You'd be surprised. I mean, well, I mean, it had its own reasons, but back when I was doing all of them on 7, they ended up, the other people on the server ended up watching some of the VODs, so they could, as I mentioned before, triangulate my location. It was kind of crazy. I mean, and to be fair, that's a little bit different, but you know what I mean. It's theoretically possible. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, we can heal this up. Alright, but it... What?! Okay. I mean, it's interesting that it's more or less gated by attacks, but you know, if it's gonna be like this, I don't need to kill this thing today. It's not like I need these materials. Let's do the event. Okay. Also, rude. Okay. Final long-range sightlines. What kind of NPC dialogue do I need to make sure I'm not missing? Yeah, but you know, in particular, I kind of wish I'd gotten the... Okay. Homo. It's not that much of anything. Some relatively short quests and some dialogue. Kind of wish I had Corinne's signature, because I use her pretty decently often in theater, honestly. And oh, there was an evil chamber where I was running Chevy, Lowen, Zhongwing, and Corinne. And I couldn't put a real overload team together, but it just barely cleared, and I could feel that, you know, if I had Corinne's weapon, I wouldn't have had to reset and try that 20 to 30 times. Huh? What? No. I don't know who you're talking about. So it's Chaska and Chevy. Kinda. It's not like we're doing real combat, but it's fun to put the characters in. Okay, cool. Guns! 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 Next patch we'll get Alyosha with a gun. Yeah. I guess I could put an Eva or something. Yeah. Fontaine. And that's next week. Sightlines and camera tricks in Arrhenius Forest. Special training ground has been set up in the southern section of Lumedusa Harbor in Fontaine. Okay. I guess it is technically part of Arrhenius Forest, not Mort region. What is it with you and the pregnant man emoji, I swear? I thought that was part of Mort region, not Medusa. Well, color me corrected. Oh, they got a cool little stand. That's cute. Josker. Okay. Terminal ballistics are impeccable, and the dispersion is close to the ideal. Oh, fishing. What? What are you trying to say? I kind of appreciate the ingenuity and, you know, horny posting in a way that doesn't involve saying mommy, but we can do better and just not do it at all, maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. According to our assessment models here at the Mysont Guardian Yaja's Weapons Bureau, your weapon is very much a cannon. It's just a shame that we need at least 2 teams worth of manpower to deploy your musket in the field. It's too complicated to use. Thank you for the approval, Officer Chavros. Actually, I don't think the high barrier to entry is a bad thing. Before I had the Soul Sniper ritual staff custom made by Shilinen, we agreed that. Well, I thought you were just going to fix the spelling of your current name. The stronger the weapon, the mascara, the stricter its usage standard should be. She does wear it, presumably. Apart from their difficulty of use, I've even considered placing a moral cognition-based lock on such weapons. Holy crap, is this Psychopass? Well, That way we can ensure they're wielded by the right people, preventing any immense damage resulting from criminal theft. Actually, it's more Judge Dredd. That's a fair concern, Officer Chosk. Officer! Weapon theft that leads to committed crimes is not uncommon here in Fontaine. Wow, so many old friends. Fontaine's my son Gardignage, not once Fire Feather Quent, and a Knight of Favonius. What's going on with this little gathering of yours? And it's Terena from the... one of the fungus events in the sniping event from 4.3. Reconvening the multilateral exchange, another joint wargame. Bullseye caught onto the situation immediately, Traveler. Sometime back, the Special Patrol sent Terena to Leeway to take part in a joint wargame. That was the event with a free... Sethos bow, I believe. The Cloud whatever. That wargame became the catalyst for ever more frequent exchanges between the armed forces of various nations. This time around, it's the routine ballistic wargame between Fontaine and Mondstadt, aimed at sharpening combatants' battlefield planning capabilities on all sides. This time, thanks to our friends in the Knights of Oni's putting in a good word, the warriors of Notland's Flower Feather Clan have joined the wargame as well. The Flower Feather Clan warriors are skilled at firing while in flight. They've opened the doors to a whole new world for us. Well, the Knights must have gotten to know the Notland's warriors during the expedition, and that would be Aoife, too. On Kakuku. Paimon should have thought of that sooner. Huh? Elaborate on that. But what's a ballistic wargame really? Paimon understands every word individually. Oh, I'll kill you. But put them together and gets a little confusing. Doesn't shooting just mean firing the gun, being done with it, or bullets allowed in wargames too? Oh, if everyone had unlimited ammunition, just hold down the trigger and most enemies would be no problem at all. Also, I've realized something, which is that the reason that... Yeah, that's right. That's right. The reason that things are getting confused between users is because I have a setting on that gets rid of the user... Yeah. Title there. I'm gonna reload this real quick. Let me see. Yep. No chance of confusion now. Maybe a little more awkward, but yeah. This will prevent me from accusing someone who didn't say they liked catboys over femboys of saying that, which should keep things more pleasant. Well, if everyone had unlimited ammunition, just hold down the trigger and most enemies would be no problem at all. But combat is a long, drawn-out process. A shooter can only carry so much ammunition, so every shot needs to land and to land strategically. What? What are you saying about Minecraft? What the heck? So the Knights of Oni's have developed a new type of grenade to help shooters sharpen their understanding. The principle behind it is a little complicated, though. Oh, nice. Are you playing vanilla? As for the specifics, I'll let our friend from the Knights of Oni's walk you through it. Come and apologies. I was buried in report organizing and hadn't even noticed the honorary knight as a little white companion. My greetings to you both. Hedwig. I'm a Hedwig, members of the Knights of Oni's General Affairs Company. I'm in charge of recording proceedings for this war game and coordinating between the gunsmiths and our other allies. She was in... Yeah, she was in... the one... event... in the Varka Patch event in 6.4. She was the injured one with her injured boyfriend. Speaking of which, the device for this round actually is a connection to you two. Do you remember the strange Samatral statue that once appeared in Dadu Upakorj? That's right! And then the Megatroll ended up getting reused as Trolldrick, local legend, after being a unit in the War Game event. Right before that. Vaguely long time ago that, don't remember, doesn't matter, does it? Even Paimon's a bit fuzzy on it. Hedwig, why don't you give us the short version? That would be the Eye of Upala thing. Oh, that's right. Because the whole deal was swapping between the perspectives of the eyes in that event. And now you're using that in terms of swapping between places to shoot between in this event. Right, then I'll skip past the old legends that scattered intel and cut to it. According to the investigation company's findings, that statue was the work of an ancient Samatral, the late or Trolldrick. Oh, okay. So explicitly the mystifying Megatroll is Trolldrick. It's not just a Hilichurl leader that looks similar, it is actually the same guy. Okay. Taken an unused domain or shaped into place to drill his battle formations. The honorary knight defeated one of Troldrick's lingering shadows back... Well, actually, well, it wasn't, but it was. It was his Naruto Shadow Clone, which caused the domain to collapse in the eyes of Upano that oversaw the formation scattered out into the open. Man, this event was, what? Like 2 years ago? Journey through... Yeah, that was in 4.4. That was a little over 2 years ago. It's actually when Shanyun and Gamin came out. Once the support company had a sample in hand, they spent the better part of a year carefully disassembling and analyzing it. Eventually, they got the technology figured out, combined with the design principles of Relay's overhead surveillance devices, produced a kind of visualizing observation grenade, and for long-range reconnaissance so a shooter can gather information from a position of safety. That's cool. What a roundabout journey. Pama never imagined that little film we wrapped up without much fanfare, moved behind such a mysterious treasure. And the upshot is, in a wargame setting, the observation grenade lets shooters see through the eyes of the round in flight, deepening their grasp of trajectory and obstacles. And the wiki does now mention that the Mega Troll was related to him. There you go. Thank you, wiki. So they can practice shooting strategies geared towards different scenarios. It works on quite a few clever little angles. I can be your angle or your devil. As for us flower feather clan members, our Saurian riders often have difficulty determining the effects of shots we make while riding our Kukasaurs. We are up in the sky after all, with our targets being far away, and it's interesting that they kind of don't have description of... I mean, presumably they're using guns there too, but we've never seen any flower feather guns other than Aoifas and Chaskas, and neither of them kind of really count. Well, these observation grenades can thus help us conduct battlefield damage assessments. That's a term I learned from the Special Patrol, by the by. It's a very concise concept. Sounds pretty neat, glad to be of help. At present, the people involved in the wargame have completed everything our two leaders, Shaska and Shavros, have designated for them. All that's left is to complete our wargame with an expanded sample. Since you're here on a night, would you like to try it out? By all means. I did notice during the Fontanalia Film Festival they were quite a crack shot, and an inspired one too. Well, it was the first Fontanalia Film Festival back in 4.3 when they had a gun minigame. They don't have anything like that here. That's perfect. I'm personally interested to see how much your marksmanship's improved over the years, Traveler. From the perspective of the wargame, your lack of familiarity with the observation grenades means that you can form an excellent control group for us. Hey, you know, Traveler, just feel like this grenade thing has real history with us. Might as well try its effects for ourselves. That should be pretty fun. Guess I'll have to step up and take this seriously. A bit of marksmanship practice is good for me too, because we're getting a gun next patch. Totally an extra skill's an extra skill, right? Never know if a run is some sort of bad guy who can only be taken out with muskets or something. That is going to happen next patch. Great, in that case, I'll prepare the venue and notify all those we have playing as targets. The rules are simple, make as few adjustments as possible, defeating your targets efficiently. I should first say that this drill was made to be tough. Even the Special Patrol's previous marksmanship and structure engine, who was a Melusine, was barely able to pass. Well, I suspect he'll do just fine. Of course, there's no need to feel pressured. Sometimes shooting is not just about technique, but also about inspiration that arrives as light as feathers and a little like to send it off on the wind. Don't think of this as a test, but more as a relaxing game. Perhaps you'll gain something unexpected from all this. Okay. In final long-range sightlines, travelers must fire an observation grenade at every target in the drill ground without touching any obstacles. After hitting a target, the observation grenade can be fired again from that target's current position in a new direction. Continuing to fly in a straight line, the challenge fails if it hits an obstacle. The farther the observation grenade flies before hitting a target, the higher the score. To get a high score in the drill, plan your trajectory carefully and aim for long-range hits whenever possible. Mark targets arranging the firing order to help plan the projectile's path. Aim at a target and select the corresponding button to mark it. Select the same button again to unmark it. And also use the clear all but option to remove all current target marks. I guess I could look up what the optimal method is. That would be silly though. Oh, and these don't move at all, and that is Engine. It's you again. Fun. Really not going to play another round, instructor. I've already got my best score on the board. You saw I'm getting a bit too old for this. Up against this fancy new war game, the most I can do is scream by with a passing grade. But the passing grade is 60% of Captain Shabrosa's score. Outside of you, everyone else flunked, so where's the too old coming from? Keep listening. If you don't shoot now, I'll never see you holding a musket again. I didn't even feel it coming on. How did the time go by so quickly? Sob, sniff, and what are you crying for, kiddo? I'm just retiring. It's not like we'll never see each other again. You want to see me easy enough? Pick a place, treat me to dinner once a week. Yes, not just butter-tied algae. You can pick the hotel and the board for all I care. Maybe not every week. How about once a month? Whatever you arrange, I can take. But seriously, though, from now on, all the new recruits we've got are yours. Keep a good eye on Marine and Roxanne. Make sure they don't lose themselves in the work. And don't let the recruits come up short of where you were back in the day. The moment any of them slacks off, give me a swift kick in the rear. Well, a swift kick in the rear. Good, my sisters are calling me down to Notland for a vacation. I'll be out of Fontaine for a couple of months. When I'm back from vacation, I'll be coming to inspect your results. I won't let you down, instructor. You know, it's... You know, God made... I mean... Phones did not make Melusines. Phones made humans, and Elenos made Melusines, but Samuel Colt made them equal. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And the others around... Hi. Oh, we should go fishing. We meet it again at last, traveler. How have things been with you lately? Thanks for asking. How's it been for you in Fontaine? Honestly, some good, some bad. Let's get the bad out of the way first. Racism. As I was crossing some open water, my soul snapper drifted a bit too close to the shooting range. The special patrol mistook me for an airborne target and let off 2 volleys in my direction. Luckily, I was moving fast enough that they couldn't lead the shots properly, not a single round connected. Captain Chevreuse arrived in time to call a halt to things, talk about rough rock, so long as there were no misunderstandings or friction. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. And... Well, only good things followed after that. I took a few easy turns through the city, taking my time to admire all the exquisite man-made architecture. The elaborate machines and ornaments and the beautifully intricate clothes. I'd been a little worried beforehand. The Court of Fontaine is a fortress walled in by stone. Wondered whether the limited sightlines might feel oppressive. As it turned out, the experience was just the opposite of life in the Flower Feather Clan. Being surrounded by towering buildings gave me somehow a strange and pleasant sense of safety. Once the war game's over, I'd like to take a couple more turns through the city. I can go fishing real quick. And it... Fusilier. Is he a vet? I'm not even sure. Well, what time is it? Well, we got time to fish. I kinda... Well, it... Let's make it more... daytime. Anytime there's an ornamental fish, I always go. That's got an icon. A shooter training hub set up by the Maison Gardignage. Here participants can review and analyze their drill results, maintain various types of equipment. To follow Maison Gardignage staff to 6 drill grounds staged with projection technology, where they can take part in the ballistic war game. No worries. It's like, I don't own you. Waiting and watching. The oldest trade awaiting its greatest practitioner. You know that means bug, right? Okay. And, yeah. Ato skoshi. Yaku ganbatta na. Streaming Axe Marlin. What's its Twitch? Okay. And... okay. It's definitely going to be the last Axe Marlin that shows up or something, is it? Because it doesn't indicate that one of the fish currently showing is the ornamental one, just that there's an ornamental one somewhere. Okay. Naka naka no shukaku da na. Okay. You did bite 3 times, so maybe probably. Sometimes there can be no, it's gonna be one of the machine fish. I still need to fish up some of the pages. How many do I have? I still need to fish up. How many do I have? The final one of Toki Alley Tales over in Inazuma. No. 4 more pages. Oh my goodness. You know, very technically, since Toma, and they've only done it once, gets bonus fish in Inazuma, he can get bonus of ornamental fish in Toki Alley Tales 5 pages, which is kind of screwed up. Oh, nice. I mean, there's not much to do there, though, right? It is honestly really funny that after all the hay they make over making real-world animals accurate as possible in ways that are kind of unfun, to make sure people don't mistreat real-world animals, the Sulfur Cube exists as a non-hostile mob whose only purpose is to be abused. It's crazy. Fusilier Fontaine Research Institute researcher. Oh no, this is... You're just here normally. You're nothing. Okay. Buh. Oh well. And at first, what's it been like working with the Special Patrol? Well, above expectations, not just by a little bit. Their discipline is remarkable, although I can already imagine some of the tribal warriors finding them too rigid, too tied up by rules to fight freely. But after training new recruits whose baseline skills were all over the map, I gradually came to understand. When individuals don't have overwhelming personal strength, cooperation and discipline are the last guarantee of stable combat power. So I've had a thought, though it might not be one I can act on, bringing Captain Chevreuse back to Notland with me, getting her to throw in with the Flower Feather Clant's warriors. The more a question would be tricky naturally, Fontaine's wages and cost of living are both on the higher end. I'd find a way to put together an offer she'd be happy with beyond just Mora. You think the Special Patrol is stronger than the Saurian Riders? I figure you consider the warriors stronger. No, this isn't about who's stronger or weaker. The point is to make up for what we lack with what they have. I'm proud of the Flower Feather Clan's warriors, never doubted the Saurian Riders' ability to take down any monster. But it's precisely because I know and trust them that I'm clear on our weak spots in every battle. We inevitably take a certain amount of casualties. In the past, we've held together as tribes, each warrior doing their part in battle or coordination looking decent enough on the surface. And when it comes to bringing together the processes of responding to losses, training efficiently, replenishing combat strength, and making warrior teams more resilient. Responding to losses. Our friends in Fontaine clearly have a wealth of experience we're studying in depth, so we can grow stronger ourselves. Think I see what you mean, not quite following. Please go on. Managing teams, designing training programs, giving precise commands in these areas, Captain Chevreuse must be one of Fontaine's foremost experts know. Her professional skills to a warrior pursuing collective strength are like a slab of meat sizzling on the open coals to a starving soul. Someone's hungry. She really is essential to Fontaine. You could absolutely call her one of its key figures. Shame then, Fontaine certainly won't let her go. Poaching from an allied force isn't exactly something a proper warrior of the tribe should be doing. Just take it as a not-so-appropriate joke on my part. And... oh good, I'll catch up with you again later. Same as ever then, always run off your feet. You're Chevy. How's it going, Trevor? Making every shot count, sort of, though I don't exactly use guns. Next patch, though. Another skill is another choice you can make. Who knows, you might find yourself in a future situation where your usual combat skills are restricted. I mean, it's so funny, because this is about to happen. Okay. And yeah. When that time comes, the option of using a musket at range will be open to you. Makes sense. Mind if I ask you for advice more often then? Hardly. There's no need to call it advice. We'd just be sharing our experiences. Trying to describe your previous shooting form to me, from where I'm standing, you could well the potential become the best shot in Teyvat, even set new long-range records. Of course, live combat situations, urban settings, and target shooting challenges have their own unique features. Use the musket in your hands a few more times, I'm sure you'll uncover its secrets. And how are we getting on if they're not one of his friends, by the by? Oh, well, then permit me to be frank. I suspect that if we want to recruit Miss Chaska, her base annual salary It'd come up to 60 million mora. Sorry, how much? Are my ears failing me? And that is approximately 480. That's more than a year's worth of just farming. Actually, let me do the math. Let's do the math. I mean, not counting what you get for... Well, I mean, that's the wrong thing. Come on. Huh? Okay. Get 120 per... 20 times 4.5 is... basically 540 per day at max. 365 would be... Well, actually, basically a third of the year's worth, roughly, of farming just Mora Leylands. You're disregarding, more rewards from exploration and quests, but if you were just farming Mora from that alone, that would be a 4 or so months, really. Sorry, how much my ears failing me? Nope, that's the right figure. From the My Son Guardian Yonder's experience, building a piece of weaponry capable of matching your mobility and firepower would be likely hundreds of billions of more in budget, several thousand engineers spread across multiple institutions, over a decade of technical breakthroughs, R&D, and testing, and it still might not succeed. It's not at all hyperbole to call her and her soul sniper a Mora Vault that flies. When I watch her engaging targets, I find myself automatically converting each shot she takes into the cost of an equivalent musket round and cannon round. Costs $1 million to fire this gun for 12 seconds, or whatever. We really can't outsmart Bullet. From a cost-effectiveness standpoint, putting her on payroll, the salary we'd offer would be a steal. The figures are favorable enough to leave even the most cynical merchant in awe. Seems like it's gone well beyond a question of Mora. She's got her duties at the Firefeather Clan, you know. I understand she's also a holder of a Nalanese ancient name that makes her one of the most important figures across all of Nalan, which is why I can really only express this wish to you. I'll think of other approaches, borrowing Miss Chaska's strength wherever possible, so these special patrol's capabilities develop in a more well-rounded direction. Okay. And... got any topics that aren't about work? Fast food. Good question. I think Miss Chaska would be well suited to starting in a crime film and absolutely in the leading role. A paranormal adventure with a thriller edge to it would also be fitting. Investigating ruins, unearthing ancient powers, working on mysterious factions. Next time I see Director Javier, or more Xavier actually, I'll mention the idea to him in passing. Fontinalia 3. Let me go look around some more. Don't be impatient. Feel out the workings of the musket carefully. Observe the tracer trajectories and the hit confirmation signals. That flash of inspiration will find you sooner or later. How many? Oh, so it... Is he over in Dornman right now at all? Also, I think I forgot to read the billboard. And it... No, he is actually still here. What the heck? Oh, huh. What are you gonna make? Welcome to Dornman Port. Better serve both residents and travelers. That's bonus here. And so, this public notice board, messages and announcements of all kinds may be posted here. May the Animo Archon watch over my father at sea and guide him safely home. What is? First of all, may the Animo God hear your prayer. That said, this board is meant for public notices, not for making wishes. Please direct such prayers to the church opponents there instead. The devout brothers and sisters there will gladly pray with you. You know who likes fairy tale? Bala. Hey, people at Dornman Port, and open a tavern here soon, specializing in premium fruit wine imported straight from Samara. Make sure you come by and support the bit. I mean, probably not. That's not a... It's not a very specific... Oh, well... Maybe don't mention that. Wait, you're planning to import fruit wine from Samara and sell it here. Exactly, that's how business works. I've been paid a fortune teller from Samara and Nasha Town for advice. She said my tavern is guaranteed to make a fortune. And again, that's Hidimbi, who only gives bad advice. And where are you planning to open it? Right next to Boss Frith's place, ideally. She sells wine, I sell wine, so what the fortune teller called a commercial cluster. So that's in place, the money just rolls in. Though the rent around there might be pretty steep, I might not get the place even with a loan. But if that doesn't work out, I'll just open up on Windrest Peak instead for your customers. Maybe the profit should still be great. Not really. Fayun Commerce Guild. We trade in precious gems, rare ores, and all related products from Lue. We have long-standing partnerships with numerous shipping fleets, guaranteeing sufficient supply and stable sales channels. Please note that due to internal planning adjustments within the guild, the shipping route previously operating to Port Belavoge has been temporarily suspended. Merchants in possession of high-quality specialty goods, such as fake-crafted items, precious metal works, or legally traded antiques, are welcome to speak with our liaison in Dormant Port regarding potential trade. We appreciate your understanding. Okay. And in recent days, several thefts, Knights of Onyx notice, have occurred in the market district. Residents and travelers are advised to remain vigilant. Should you notice anyone behaving suspiciously, please report the matter to Knights of Onyx immediately. And looking for a missing young female as blonde hair wears exotic clothes. Any information assistant trade we welcome. Oh, it's a missing person poster. Please report to Outrider Amber with any information you have. Many thanks. Real nostalgic. Excuse me, are they plans to rebuild the sanatorium on Windrest Peak? I just got back from Notland and the resort villages were incredible. It got me thinking, what if Monset imported Phlogiston from Notland and built a massive Phlogiston waterfall that contains high seas? Then we could use Leeway's plus right with the whole sanatorium into the sky. Maybe even invite dancers from Samira to perform, and the Phlogiston would not work outside Notland, and the Plastrite might not work outside Relay. They never said, but I could see that happening. If we did that, wouldn't the tourists who were planning to visit Notland end up flocking to Monset instead? You know, in a way, it sounds like you might be the one who needs to stay at the sanatorium. And a slightly faded message. Generous reward offered for a private swordsmanship tutor. Applicants must be skilled in practical combat and capable of training my daughter, who currently has no experience at all. To defeat a ruined grader on her own within half a month, interested parties may leave a message. I think that's over in Millhaven, too. Who put this notice up? Half a month? Who do you think your daughter is? Varka, Arundel, or Guhua? Third persons still talking about martial arts. In this day and age, it's weapons that matter. Guns from 70 paces away, you can shoot a ruined grader straight through its sensor. If you're willing to pay, I'll make sure your daughter gets the best equipment available. Just leave your address here. Once the payment comes through, I'll send it right over. Well, what's this guy bragging about muskets? If you're that confident, come trade a few balloons with me. Forget ruined graders, you probably couldn't even beat me. If you think you deserve that reward, then so do I. Pick me instead. I worked as a mercenary in Port Belavodia and Snezhnaya for years. I've got no patience for loudmouth cowards. Scratched out words, probably cusses and slurs. A few rounds, huh? Sure, it's you Snezhnayans really think I'm scared of you. Midnight tonight, east side of the port. I'll be waiting there for you. You more slurs, don't chicken out. More recent note, the Knights of Onyx, the suspect responsible for illegally smuggling muskets through Medusa Harbor, has been apprehended. Knights extend their thanks to General Manager Cassignol for proposing the strategy that led to the arrest. And who is that again? Was she in New Medusa? I think she is. She is the... Yeah, she's the General Manager. At the top, inside the actual elevator. That's right. That's right. The bulletin board. And come to think of it, I always assumed that little building by the harbor was one of your Church of Euphonius branches. The legendary oldest cathedral in Mondstadt set to rival even our Pale Crown Palace in Snezhnaya in sheer grandeur. Then the other day I went there hoping to make a confession, only discovered that the church's premises are actually just the open space in front. The building itself is the Fishing Association headquarters, and it's full of fishermen. And what am I supposed to conclude from that? Does fishing outrank the church here? Please do not misunderstand the situation. The current arrangement is due to the chapel's rather convoluted history. At present, the Church of Onyx's premises in Dormant Port consist only of the open space before the Fishing Association headquarters. For further explanation, please consult the church's priests and sisters. And at the diplomatic request of the Snezerod Vash, which is basically their Duma, Congress, Parliament. All ships arriving from Snezhnaya must now register the ship owner's identity, any cargo being transported, and the purpose of an entry upon docking. This measure is intended to prevent further smuggling. The regulation will remain in effect for at least 1 year in accordance with the principle of freedom of trade, also acknowledged by the Snezhnaya delegation during negotiations. Mondstadt will not impose penalties on those who fail to comply. Any resulting consequences, however, must be borne by the individuals concerned. And anything else? To mark the triumphant return of our knights, the Dorman's Haven Trade House has reached an agreement with the trade guilds of Dorman Port. For the next 3 months starting today, the price of all alcoholic beverages throughout the port will be reduced by 1/3. Raise your cups, friends, to freedom to the homeward winds. So let's drink deeply and celebrate their glorious victory. And it's now they're repeating, so that's everything that's here. What's on the Fishing Association? I didn't miss anything down there. That's not a building we can go inside, right? Well, there are more fish here. But yeah, this is the Fishing Association headquarters, apparently. We just can't go inside. Oh well. They should let us. One day in the far, far future. And this is where we can fish. Okay. So it's pretty obvious that it's not based on proximity at all. It's entirely just based on specific hard-coded spots to fish. I guess that probably prevents hiccups. Okay. Come on. I mean, I've already got the achievement. It's interesting that the fishing achievement... Thank you for clapping for me. Fishing achievement category says Part 1 to that Fishing Guide Part 1, and we've never gotten a Part 2. And I don't think we ever will. I think they thought about it and decided it was kind of not worth expanding on past just adding a few fish in each region and fishing weapons up until not long. It's... I mean, they've really stopped giving out 4-star weapons. I mean, it's just craftables, and that's really it, because we don't get event weapons, we don't get fishing weapons. I mean, and they've started having Battle Pass weapons in test runs for a while now, too. And that's right, I forgot to do the test runs. That's right. Many long years ago, on a laptop that no longer works, I played a Metroid mod for Minecraft that one of the things they did, which was kind of crazy and made it kind of impossible to use in a mod pack, was add permanent just heat damage. You would automatically catch fire in the nether to mimic, essentially, the damage you would take in overheated areas in Metroid games that you would need the Varia suit for. And so you would have to craft a Varia suit as armor using Chozo metal ore you would find in the overworld in order to not die in the nether. So basically, it wouldn't work well in a mod pack because you would need that thing. Specifically that to go in the nether at all. And to be fair, it was also just a damn good piece of armor because you could get multiple additional health bars through upgrading it. And it was... I mean, it ran off of a Metroid energy system where it's, you know, 99 base health and every additional pip was 100. And I don't know what that corresponded to in hearts. Probably 10 hearts. Really. Be the easiest way, but... That's right. I also need to... I forgot to do the test runs. That's right. Also, we can take this. And it... Oh, not bad. I like it when we get the artifact juices, but it'd be cool to get a feather or a crown or a printer ink. But it's random. It's ridiculous that it's random. If it was cycled, that would be fun. But it's so silly that it's random. Yeah. Ooh. And again, it's, I wonder if they'll ever fix this translation. It's not random level up material, it's random level up materials, plural. Okay. I'll do this. Warriors across the map continue to exchange techniques and refine their tactics together. Recently, skilled shooters from the Knights of Espontane's Munson Gardignage now explore for the Quent assemble at Windbooster Harbor for a distinctive joint exercise. Okay. That's right. Sethos. Just want to see what they put together. Did they get them Wanderers or Desert Pavilion? Wanderers and Scion. Stringless and... Stringless and Deepwood. Gladiators and more Stringless. Favlance and more Deepwood. Okay, well, alright. That's fine. Pretty cool. And it's pretty darn good, isn't it? Okay. Why are you... Okay. So far away from all the Dendro. What the heck gives? That's silly. Okay. Cool. And just like so. And I mean that's fine. Okay. Technically, you do want a dash cast. Well, I mean, it's freaking Sethos. What are you gonna do? And that's right, because the not 1-1 still don't properly track prior completion, because since they're not domains but open world segments, it doesn't work right. Okay. Spirit Orb, Electro Charge, yada yada. And here we are over in southern Tezcatlipoca, Tonka. Oh, that's right. And it's basically the same as the ones he's had before. Okay. Okay. It is nice that, and it's weird that they don't say it, that you have to scan just anything to get the super jump. You can scan one of those phlogiston containers to get the super jump too. Everything works. You know, let's use your... It'd be cool if you had a time slow, but you don't. And... Huh? Huh? Wait. Okay, what? Why are you not able to charge attack? That is bizarre. Come on, just gonna knock everyone off. It certainly seems that his stuff is not working, which is strange. Okay. Sure you are. And that's fine. And, well, we still got this active. Let's just keep that up. Cool, cool. Nice. And right here. Go down the Oculus, and now just Sucrose. Cool. Mr. Olawon. There we are. And keep that up without significant issue. Here we are. And keep running. And what's everyone got right now? Oh, right, they do give him Alley Hunter for his off-field damage. So let's scroll. Two-piece, and sack. Two-piece, and stringless. Viridescent, and sack frags. Okay, cool. There we go. And then Yahoder, who I do have at C6 now. You know, maybe I should try using her for... I don't know. Try using her for Abyss. I mean, I don't know. Even with her C6, since I can use Mizuki's Sig on Sucrose now and I don't have Elegy or any other buffing bow. Elegy is the only buffing bow. I mean, all she's gonna have is Fab, and that's energy, I guess, but... Yahoder's animal character, high frequency elemental damage, continuous healing, adapt to environment, still the elemental damage situation dictates, shadow pursuit, stay, yeah, I've seen this, yeah. Single damage and ascendant gleam, consume it to attack. I mean, there's no point in filling it if you don't have moon sign. Continuously do HP and attack more, it's... Huh. Registry. There you go. Alright. Well, actually, we can just run this now then. We got this much Hydra. Okay, cool. And... I mean, that didn't do much. That's fine. Okay. And... okay. Cool, I didn't even really see what those guys were. Okay. And... I made it... It's strong. Yeah. Okay, but what they all have? Of course, they give him signature. I mean, it's Yahoda's only real use is Flintsteams. I guess you could try running her as an anima with Nefer, but Sucrose does the job even better there because EM is from Sucrose is even more important there. PV and oh, that's fun. I have that on Aura Run though. Flameforge and Silken Moon, Scroll, and which isn't doing much in Favlands. Okay. Others. Raiden. Raiden Shogun. High Stormy Judgment for... It doesn't actually mention the burst damage bonus from that. That's interesting. Just Chakra and... Oh, okay. That's cool. I guess. Emblem and that. No, two-piece and sack. Two-piece and Dragon's Bane. Noblesse and Sapwood. Okay. Hi. This, and I can't believe that bit. Alright. Cool. One, take. 1, 2, 3. Take. 1, 2, 3. Take. And it's just so weak. It's crazy. Okay. So we got a good amount of energy here. And it. You are ready. That's good. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. Are we even connected? I mean, it is funny that they're running her with Rational. You'd think they'd honestly run her Chevy. Oh well. Welcome Moons, and let's just do this again for fun. Oh, I honestly forgot about the Nether Trees. You know, it's been so long since I really played. Well, when I played Dawngraph with Dawn, they did have the Nether Trees. It's just didn't spend that much time in the Nether. Because when you're playing mod, the Nether is one of many dimensions instead of one of 3. Lots of winter reaction damage, gravity ripple, and gravity interference, and winter buffs. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's just see, and it's Albedo, and Thundering Fury, and it's okay. Cool. Let's keep going. There we go. Self-explanatory character. And it's everyone except Linnea. I would have thought they would have added her, honestly. Oh well. Still Gilded. I'm surprised they still put Trial and Ephes on Gilded instead of Albedo, when Albedo is honestly as much an Epheset. Silken Moon, Night Weaver, Sack Frags, and VB. Okay. Alright then. Cool. And oh, okay. Alright. And cool. And you know what? Sure, I guess. We can use this thing to use this charge attack with Dina herself. That's fun. Sure. Well, that's alright. DPS? And nuke? That's fun. Okay, cool. It's just nice to see what they run. Especially since we had to do the Aura one, at least if we wanted those rewards. And they're minor, but it's cool to see what teams they put together. Okay. Already in this character's test run. You can't tell me what to do. Okay. And now... 2 events running at the same time, because that one's pretty much whole patch. That's right. Lesbian boat. Got Heckler and this guy. Honor Knight, this guy. Coach? Coke? Probably. I hope. Better than other potential pronunciations. The gunsmith greets you. May your range estimates be precise and your ballistics ideal. And you are? I'm a member of the support company, normally stationed at Dormanport. We just saw him. This time been sent over to maintain the equipment used in the war game. Before muskets were issued in bulk, I worked quite a bit with the cavalry companies, bow and crossbow shooters, in addition to the ranged company. So they call me an old friend of Horken and Hedwig. Horken, I think he was the other guy, the other gray-haired, injured guy from 6.4's Mondstadt event, next to Hedwig, running the minigame where you play as Shadow Jean, who is an order of magnitude stronger than real Jean. And this time, the moment word came down about the joint wargame, Hedwig went and named me directly to lead the gunsmith team. Suits me just fine, gives me a chance to really get a feel for the new Fontanian muskets. Cool. About the other workings of the observation grenade, let me guess your grenades. How does it change direction? The principle isn't actually that complicated. The grenade body uses a low-energy smokeless powder, so its speed isn't anything dramatic. Pair that with the adhesive devices around the observation mechanism, and on impact it sticks to the target, and the side-mounted tracer at the rear ignites, sending out a hit confirmation signal. The remaining space in the warhead is packed with directional charges. Once it's remotely guided to point at the next target, igniting those propellants sends it flying onward. So in a wargame, the observation grenade can form a limited number of redirections, which fits the wargame's theme perfectly with a finite number of shots to achieve the most flawless trajectory. Okay. And come back to chat with you in a bit. Understood. I'm here on standby anytime. Wonder if we'll ever get a Mondstadt gun character. Given the discussion in 6.4's event between Eula and Clorinde after that duel, it would be really, really funny if the eventual Eula buff was just giving her a gun. Frankly, I never expected the Honorary Knight to come and join this wargame as well. This setup here is quite the production. Friend, what other work do you do? Designated scapegoat. Joking, truth is, it's all classic clerical work. Whatever comes up, I'm the one running negotiations between the Knights, the Flame Harmony, and the Nautilese warriors. It cuts down on the friction costs of having too many people going back and forth. Procedural matters doing cooperation also fall to me to handle, and I manage the overall travel and expenses budget for the exchange team. That sounds rough. Best of luck to you, then. Well, here we are meeting, aren't we? And then there's a legendary marksman, Captain Chabrones of the Special Patrol, known to put rounds within a 1 arc-minute dispersion at 1,000 paces, and it's... That was the name of a 1,000 pace, 1 arc minute mini-game for Roses and Muskets, right? Yeah, 1,000 pace interdiction arc minute sharpshooting zone. Did they talk about Chevy in that context? Let me see. They did have a sort of spin-off of this during the summer event, that's right. That is a quest. Right? Okay. It is unlocked by a quest, technically. Okay. She's got some dialogue, right? I guess they're not showing the open world dialogue. Actually, it... Just Terena's event dialogue, maybe? Guess this is how they've reconfigured this. Yeah, it... There we go. Oh, nice. How was that? Thousand pace. Yeah, okay, so that was a Chevy quote back from Roses and Muskets. Well, mentioned by Terena and Roses and Muskets, okay. You're gonna end up running into that Verity thing. And then there's the not evaluable by normal standards story writer Chaska. Her marksmanship is so absurdly precise, it's like she's got stabilizer mechanisms built into her hands. I mean, I kind of figured the thing automatically locked on mechanically, but given that Chevy does have a lock-on mechanic that is her own aiming, I guess that is also Chaska's aiming. There you go. No matter how messy or exhausting the work gets, I've been coming out way ahead. They could pay me a negative salary and still be worth it. Plus, I've been finding the musket suits me rather well. After my injury, I'd given up hope of fighting with a sword again. As it turned out, in the wargame, I borrowed his musket and had a few goes at the scenarios. The results were pretty respectable. Maybe I'll be able to return to the front lines with this weapon someday. The crowd doesn't seem all that big, though. By the standards of the early technical exchange meetings, this is a serious turnout. It's a mixed appointment for the range support and general affairs companies. And if our good vice captain of the 5th Company had begged off with some peculiar excuse, the Knight's presence alone would be enough to wipe out a sizable monster outfit. To say nothing of the Fontaine captain, and not only sword and riders who got here as well. I will say, I wish they'd kill off PS5 faster, because then maybe all the not one characters would have actually ridden Saurians. Chaska should have had a normal gun and just been on a Kukasaur. I mean, it's given the fact that Milani has a special Kaholasaur of her own that we saw in Linnea's story quest. I mean, I'm sure they have the idea. She should have just ridden an actual Kaholasaur, but it's, I guess the animations for that wouldn't have worked on lower-end devices or something. Assault the unsteady stronghold, a training ground consisting mainly of ruined walls and rubble. Stone pillars obstruct the target, so be mindful of your firing angles. In this exercise scenario, the enemy has occupied the ruins as attempted to turn them into a temporary stronghold. Forces are to pursue them inside and eliminate all threats. Okay. Lots of Oproshniki, which in the third-person shooter mode next patch, the enemies we've seen so far are all Oproshniki, which are aiming state and hit all targets. Reconnaissance support. And we can't leave this area right now. You're the drill map. Oh, well, okay. Target to market. It's the farthest away. Will not be able to return to the elevated position. It's to check it. It's the farthest away right now, and if would we be able to? We would be able to land that shot between them. Definitely the farthest away. Come on. Just gotta scope you out first. 2. Furthest away would be there. That's simple. 3. That one seems to be a bit farther away. 4. And 5. Yeah, that looks about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Farthest to closest. Hi. Shoot. 44. Which where are the enemies coming from? Well, actually, that's... it's actually from our position. So if we can land it on you from maximal distance... goes kind of farther that way, maybe? Yeah, it's more. 708. Which way are the enemies coming from? 2. Headshot bonus. What if we missed? Am I standing right? Oops! What? Okay. Watch out for obstacles in the field. That's right. Hit an obstacle and fail. Before fighting, make sure someone is clear to complete the exercise successfully. Hi. Act natural. Okay, I missed this 9. What is the reconnaissance support? Oh, what are we guarding? Yeah. Cool. We're always picking the one that's farthest away. New record. Okay. So what would it... oh, it probably just shows you the ideal pattern. I bet. Yeah, so it just shows you that... weird. Weird. Yeah, that's not as good. I mean, they're less difficult shots, presumably, but it's not as good. Weird. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be as high a score. If we did it in the suggested order. So basically, it's enough to get all the rewards, but if you're going for score to have fun, it's not as good as just doing it yourself. So we're not hitting a 26 this way. As we went for some less than ideal shots, yeah. It's not as good. It's actually, it wasn't even all that different, but yeah. New Clash of the Old Theater. And it's all places in Mondstadt. So that's in, right, that's Storm Terror's lair. Isn't it? Yeah, it would be. Okay. Yep, yeah, Northside Storm Terror's lair. That's where it is, and we can't move the map all that far at all. Okay. Let's... I mean, it doesn't matter the character we use, obviously, but let's use another gun character for fun. Your clash of the old theater. The training ground modeled after the ruins of an amphitheater, offering relatively open sight lines. This exercise scenario, 2 hostile forces investigating the ruins cross paths here, and combat is about to break out. Hello! Yeah, sorry about last time. I realized that my audio was terrible. Still have not found a chance to listen to this song because of my 45-hour work week. In about 14 weeks, I won't have to work that long anymore, which is nice. Yeah. Oh, because of... Oh, I didn't know your world level was... Well, there you go. Let's mark all these. 1, and then... Farthest from that would probably be... Let me see... Probably here. And then as you walk around, maybe here, probably here, and then you. Where's the last one? Wait. Let's clear that. Okay, 1. And one of these guys, probably that one, and then we can go for a real long shot there. And you seem to be about equidistant. This one should be pretty meaningful. Congrats, by the way. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's about ideal. Okay. Cool. This is, of course, just the Thousand Winds Temple. So it... Let's try to max out our distance for this first shot, and... Come on. Come on. Will they stop? They do all stop when we shoot. That, at least, keeps it simple. The blind spots are what matter on patrol. Oh, hello. I'm counting on you to step into a position where I can see you. We're waiting. Yeah, probably would have wanted this guy to be in a slightly different position, because now we're waiting again. You might not get close enough. Where do you stop? It... Come on. Come on. Hi. Oops, yeah, you needed to be around. Yeah, moves into position. Make use of your pointer subsequent shots. You need to... Yeah, you need to be pretty centered, otherwise we won't be able to get around that corner. Okay, well, that's nice to know. Okay, alright. This should hit you, right? There's a bit of... Nope. I think you moved a bit. Annoying. Okay, this should be good. I think they move, but only very, very slowly. Okay. There we go. I mean, if you need... Hunos is not enclosed really, it's heavy. If you need me to help you out with something, I'm gonna help you out with something real quick. After this round, I guess. You want me to kill something for you? I can kill something for you. It can't shoot you over the little wall. We need this much of a clear shot first. Okay. I can't imagine it would take all that long. Oh, nothing unusual over here. Oh, you're over that way. Oh, okay, it... Gotta stay disciplined. Another one. Kinda wanna try piloting a land cruiser. I didn't know they were piloted. Never saw anyone inside. And yet, that's a pretty... Yep, keep that distance up, and 45-45. Mountain Standoff. A mountainous training ground with uneven terrain. That's Dadupa Gorge. Its complex elevation changes Present a new challenge when planning shot trajectories, but with enough mastery, that challenge can be turned into an advantage that vexes the enemy, allowing a small force of elite troops to delay an enemy force many times its size. Okay. Just go for the farthest and go farthest. And oh, this is when they add the rings. That's right. Shoot through the rings. One-time ideal trajectory rings appear in the drill ground. Pass the observation grenade through them and hit your targets to earn a large number of points. Multiple firing positions are available in the drill ground. Follow the arrow indicators, move between them, get a full view of the area, and find the most efficient firing strategy. Switch positions. Yep, it's Dada Upa and interesting. Ideal trajectory ring. And it's, oh, because we can start from any given position. Ah, interesting. Let me just test this out real quick. Sure. I mean, it's not good, obviously, but... It's one-time ideal trajectory ring, so it does disappear. So we just need to make sure we're passing through each of them once in our go-around. Where are all the spots? Okay. How many positions do we get? Changing positions... Okay, so there are 2. And I want to stay on this tower, though. There's 6 dudes. Let's just mark them all and see. Who is the farthest away from a given one? I want to be funny, I could do this try. So the absolute farthest distance... It's about... This guy should be number 1. That's pretty clear. Then we loop back, and then this one slightly more. 6, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. Maybe I should draw that up. No, wait. But from here. And directly across. And then directly across into the right, into the left, to the right again, left again. Okay. We're actually getting, then we're going to do it from the original position. Okay. Or this from the original position, which... Will this work? No, it won't. Okay. So it is pretty stringent. But no, that will get over. And then back. Well, I mean, just having the numbers is the big thing to know who's who. 6, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. Okay. 6, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. Okay. Cool. And let's get as far away as we can. Okay. Slightly elevated position. 6. Make sure nothing's out of view. 1. Ring. 5. They should have sent more scouts. 5. 4. Should find a target and get some practice in. 4 is, yep, right through the crook of this tree. Fun. 4. Distance. Check the distance. 2. Over here. 2. 3. Yes, we took the Hilitril camp. Did you now? Did you really? Should hit him ideally when he's turning around, but it doesn't matter much. That's everything. Cool. And 6301 with a target of 4800. Got all the rings. Yeah. Breakthrough at the Valley Pass, and it's more Dada Upa, wow. It always requests examples of terrain that is easy to defend and difficult to attack, even in an age where long-range weapons are widespread. Conducting an effective operation to see such passes with minimal losses remains one of the most important training subjects for forces of all sides. Okay. Let's see. Let's mark everyone, and then let's find the right number. Oh, shields! Oh, that complicates things somewhat. Okay. Huh. Some targets deploy shields and can block the observation grenade, making the shot ineffective. Plan your trajectory carefully and aim around the shield to hit the target. So we've seen Fire Blades is normal, Hailstorm Cannoneer is shielders. Will the Guardia show up in some contexts? That was Vislaw in the Wargame event, so maybe she's punched her ticket. 7. Huh, okay. And it... couple of spots. Let's mark everyone. Try changing your angle, if you say so. Let's mark all the targets so we know where's where. So the absolute longest shot would probably be... Let me see. 2 and 5... It's probably 6. 6 then, from 6, from here to 6. It's my fingers. 6, then 2. 6, 2. Then from 2. 2 to 5. And then 5 to 1. I don't die. I mean, it's not much I can do. Working our way in. 6, 2, 5, 1. And then, you know, obviously 7, 7, 4, 3. I mean, you're not, if you die in Minecraft, you don't die in real life. I presume. Unless something changed. And if so, I worry. Yep. Well, also it... gotta put in... Oh. Gotta switch out. We can be Navia for this one. Okay. No, it's for this. I wasn't trying to help you. Why would I? Well. Now the markers are... Oh, it's... I wasn't even noticing, but we're... Stuck is the first character, pretty much no matter what. I guess we're just doing Jaska for this forever. Okay, well... Okay, that's right. It's 1, 2. Marking my own shots. Don't get it twisted. 3. And then 7, 6, 4, 5. Okay. And here we are. Will this pass through a ring or two? It passed through no rings. It's pretty far from here. Okay. Oh. Okay, that is our issue. We need to keep an eye on the overall situation. Ah, okay. Well, definitely complicates things. Well, actually though, I don't think it's that bad. Don't tell me I lost all the markers. You're kidding me. Whatever. What the shit? Okay. If I shoot you through here, will it pass through a ring? No, it won't. Well, alright. Oh, and there's a gun she's holding, huh? Interesting. Will this work? Yes! Okay. That's funny. And then the only spot we're getting from here is this one. Shields are good stuff. As you can see, we're holding a gun, but okay. You always want to get the ring if you can manage. Okay, cool. Well, I can't see you from there. I guess you're not really an option right now. And it's one is the best one by far. And you didn't hit terrain. Keep this road blocked. And it, well... Alright. Don't think we can hit you from here. And then 3... Yeah, you can't just go for the farthest one away. Need to keep an eye on the overall situation. So you can't get that far. 5. Or otherwise you won't get all the rings. Who are we blocking? Come on, get it together. And it's get your maximum distance. Once you turn around, we'll shoot you. It's crazy that this is violence against women. Tragic, really. There we go. 7,078. Out of 4,800. Now, retake the strong point, and it's more Dada Upa. Okay. Oh, no, that's Windrest. I mean, it's all Mondstadt, but this is new Mondstadt. An exercise based on a worst-case scenario. Camp anchor at your battle line has been captured by enemy forces. You must regroup for an offensive to retake the entire area. Barracks at varying distances, towering watchtowers, and roving patrols have all become factors that must be carefully analyzed. I mean, it's the third-person shooter mode we're getting is going to include gun customization, which is pretty darn cool. So to pass through all these rings, they're moving around, and now we're Chevy. Weird. What do you want to do in it? I mean, it's, frankly, I don't like letting people join my world, because it's literally led to glitches. There are glitches in my game that I have not been able to get removed that are a consequence of people joining my world and messing things up. Someone joined my world with a connection so bad that it permanently screwed up my Inazuma. I'm not kidding. Huh? Okay. Just to mark all these guys, it's kind of screwy. Because if you want help fighting a boss, I'll help you fight bosses. But it's their path. Like, I'm not gonna do it without, and if you're saying that you don't care that I give a shit about people joining my world, that makes me a lot less inclined to trust you, mind you. Like, it's... Please be conscientious. I mean, it's... So to pass through all 4... Oh, this is going to be one of those bridge puzzles, that's right. It's okay. I don't mind mine. It's just it's a bit silly, but it is something I'm a little sensitive about. So just pass through all 4 rings. What kind of trajectories are these guys? Going back and forth in a kind of crescent pattern out of those 2 rings. It's got to figure out the position that is best for these dudes. Go between here and here on an arc. You go between here and here on an arc. 2 and 5 specifically. So we could shoot down and enter inside, but the fact that we can shoot out and shoot in, it's weird. So what would it take to actually get every single one? Is it even possible? It's gotta be one of those bridge crossing puzzles. It's definitely one of those bridge crossing puzzles. Shoot you inside it. Might be best to start with 6, or maybe it... I'm not even sure. We started with 6, but without 4 inside. But actually, 6 is on a watchtower, so I'm not even sure how well that would work. Well, let's try. Over there along the opposite ridge. Huh. Actually, if we shoot you while you're in here. Yeah, you gotta angle it. Would you quit obsessing over that cannon? Okay, it's strange. Shoot you while you're in here, and then cross back. That kind of work. There's not even a target out here. To grab that is gonna be rough. Gotta be ready in case they push back. So we should not have shot that watchtower. But the remainder of the strategy is pretty impeccable. There's one out front. We need to shoot the first one last. Okay. Let's undo this shot by shot. Oh, and you can only undo the last shot. Okay. Well, that sucks. Now I have to mark them all again. I don't like this. I mean, if you need co-op help, I'm always happy to furnish it. I'm just kind of confused at what you would need to join mine specifically. I mean, if you just want to be able to fight on a higher world level to get a few more boss drops, I mean, that's understandable and reasonable. But I just want to know. And oh, you didn't go far enough. Okay, we gotta undo that. You gotta be out of the ring. Okay. Okay. Let's gain a little bit more distance if we can. Oh, I think we might be being assigned a Chevy and Chaska. Completely independent of the actual character we're running in. No, we need farther. Okay. Weird. I think it's literally just alternating between them. Okay. But if you're not through the ring, it's gonna be pretty annoying to get you through there. Okay, come on. Start running again, and there we are. You should be just past the ring, and now you'll be just past this one, and then we can loop around here, shoot you, and then pass it last through here. That's right. I mean, a lot of them would work as long as we're Shooting this guy is second to last, really. Oh, but there's kind of the issue, huh? Well, then that'll work too. Over there along the opposite ridge. And then you gotta be ready in case they push back. Actually, guy in the front is the one. Okay. This would be a great spot to set up a heavy cannon. And now right here. Pass through. Yep. Well, grazed it, but it worked. Okay, cool. Retake the strong point. And they all got little bits of dialogue that we're missing when they're the last one we shoot. That's right. Huh. 67-35. I missed. That's right. What are we guarding? Where the enemy's coming from. Oh, nothing unusual over here. Why do I feel like someone's watching me? Make sure nothing's out of view. Need to keep an eye on the overall situation. Better stay close to my teammates. There's not even a target out here. And oh, last one is Fontaine. There was only one Fontaine one. Well, I guess that's spoiled a little early. Oh well. It's weird that they've all got different dialogue for every single one you're shooting. It doesn't show up unless you... If you shoot them last, wacky. Okay. Hunt through the shadowed town. An exercise scenario themed around a desperate situation. Your forces have suffered heavy losses and been scattered completely. With only small detachments remaining, you must operate at night to sow chaos in an enemy-controlled town. Take down as many targets as possible. Entering the area to instinct for enemy reinforcements, creating opportunity for allies to turn the tide. Cool. Yeah, I guess it's just switching between Chevy and yeah, because I was confused because I put in the characters on my own, but no, it has nothing to do with who we're using for this. Okay. Cool. It's in Poisson. Oh, and this one has mechs, too. Wow. What happened in Minecraft? Well, I mean, they're pointless. They do nothing. It's annoying. Drill started. And this one has its 7 again. Okay. It's got shields and rings. Wow. Mark everybody. Or do you mean another portal, or... What kind of portal are you talking about? Furthest shot possible is gonna be from here to 1. So it's 1, then... Probably 7. Yeah. 1, then 7, then maybe 2, then... And we're in Poisson. We want to switch sides. Oh, but oh, that's what's interesting. How would we hit 7? Can't hit that from this side. Well, that is the only shield guy. Just means we need to start from the other side to hit him from above. Right? Well, actually, no, you need to hit 6 to loop around and get him. Okay. There's no other way. Yeah, you have to play kind of slightly suboptimally. Okay. Here we are. Watch the dark corners. Racially motivated. Here we are, and keep the drawbridge traffic under control. And there's no way to get this guy except through here. My gear weighs a ton. I bet. No, it's 2 at max distance. Okay, well. You just keep on running, huh? Okay. Get in my sights. A faulty noise from the old mechanism. Inspiring. And 4. The terrain drops up pretty sharply here. Then we're on the ground level, so we don't have to worry about bridges blocking anything. A high-pitched, energetic hum. And on through the shadowed town. What do you say? And it's past the 4,300. The max score isn't as high. Keep the drawbridge traffic under control. Ammo supply still holding up. Watch the dark corners. Terrain drops up pretty sharply here. Yeah. Fire blades. Okay. Cool. That part's finished. Cool. Now we got a whittle quest. Yay. So we have a deal. I think I'll do a bit of TCG now. Yeah, the new cards. We have a deal. Deal what deal? Or no deal? Did Paman miss something important? The formal phrasing would be confirming the signature on a memorandum. The joint training memorandum on improving shooter effectiveness. On reflection, recruiting Miss Chaska to the special patrol would mean an incalculable loss of talent for her homeland, if not one, not the wisest move. And the special patrol's clockwork stable functioning would be unimaginable without Captain Chevrose's daily command and coordination. Without her, Fontaine would run into no shortage of trouble to achieve our objective. We need an unprecedented form of cooperation. What is this astonishing telepathy going on? The two experts' minds have lined up. They found a plan that works for both of them. In short, after consulting with Captain Chabrose, we decided to start a long-term study exchange of representatives within 3 months. Hi, Bala. They just finished the gun event. I think I'm going to do some TCG. Let's plan out. Does her hair normally clip through her hat? Is that supposed to be a hole in it? This plan can strengthen cooperation between the Special Patrol, the Flower Feather Clan, and Knights of Favonius while keeping the burden as low as possible. In the literal sense of those words, you'll send people back and forth, Flower Feather Clan warriors stay in Fontaine for a stretch, Special Patrol fighters head off to Notlan. Exactly, though in practice, it's not as simple as just letting people from each side go live in the other country. The selection of the representatives, the lodging, the daily curriculum, the simulation training, and live patrol schedules, the budget arrangements, every detail needs systematic planning. And will be focused on the weak spots, addressing each with its own specific remedy. For instance, Notlanese warriors don't pay much attention to formation theory, and the Fontanian shooters have almost no live experience with movement against movement marksmanship. As in horseback or Saurian-back shooting. So we'll have the Notlanese warriors work in disciplined squad-level units, and we'll have the Kukasors grab these special patrol shooters by the shoulders, fly them low and have them shoot at intercepting targets. As in, movement against movement, so shooting at a moving target while you yourself are moving. That sounds way too strict. If you can actually pull it off, the results would be tremendous. Targeted training of weak points is the most effective method, after all. Because you have to do some calculations, because when you're dropping bombs, you have to drop them before you approach the target to account for the fact that the bomb will continue to move because it's got momentum from the bomber as well. Need some ballistics. Many of the planned courses also rely on excellent equipment from our Mondstadt allies. Representatives from the Knights of Favonius are essential, and any results from the program should be shared with them. Captain Chavrose, that's most thoughtful of you. Once again, our thanks for your generous offer. In this role, the observation grenades and the suite of equipment all performed normally. We'll continue regular deliveries per the existing procurement contract. As for sending representatives for study, please let me convey this back to our headquarters so that the officers can issue a formal reply. I'll provide you with the formal written documentation. I'll be waiting for good news from you. And to close the topic, to return to our ballistic war game, Captain Chabrose is uncommonly pleased with his round results, and I guess they fixed the equipping issue already. After all, yes, with your remarkable control group performance to compare against Traveler, our final piece of the puzzle is in place. This drill has produced a wealth of ballistic planning-themed samples, covering shooters of every skill level. Enough to substantially improve the original musket marksmanship textbooks and even the instructor manuals for shooter training. Efficiency could be raised several-fold. Feel free to call me in for the next war game. I'd be glad to take part in another exercise like this one. That's just what I was waiting to hear. Rest assured I'll send you a letter the moment the time comes. With the marksmanship talent you're showing, you ought to be sitting on the test setter side of the table next time, and we're getting a gun next patch, so... helping our friends in Mondstadt Fontaine, and not one I'll get stronger is the best feeling there is. If one day Pullman hears that the books we helped put together produced an amazing war, that war drove out the monsters with a few quick shots, keeping everybody safe, that feeling would be just as good as scaring the bad guys off ourselves, proud and grounded all at once. And it's... The crazy thing is that, one, the gun traveler that we're getting next patch, that is not usable into that. It is exclusive to a separate third-person shooter mode area. And in SNES 9, that's on the map, but only accessible using third-person shooter traveler, teleporting from the train. And people expected that to be Cryo Traveler at first. I did too. I thought Cryo Traveler would just have a separate outfit, but the new sort of turquoise Fontaine SNES 9 outfit for Traveler, that is third-person shooter mode exclusive. And the other interesting thing is that Cryo Traveler is still actually good. Once we get all the constellations and the refinements for the Traveler signature, the free 5-star Traveler signature, they're going to be just barely behind a C0R0 Sandy in terms of power. Which, as someone with C0R1 Sandy, I mean, I've already got a better alternative, but Cryo Traveler actually being kind of strong is crazy in a good way. It's pretty nice. Chaska, as for the cats, we'll send a Fontaine for the long-term exchange. My top picks are Zunon and Inkanog. The two of them coming together should work out quite well. And who are those people? Let's check the wiki. Hama. Zunon is someone from the story quest. Oh, and they also apparently showed up in Fontinalia. Okay. In the aquarium and... Oh, they did, I think. His friend in Chickasaw. Also exclusive to that, and Inkanok. Oh, okay. So presumably their trip over here in the aquarium in the event is probably meant to be Chaska, and the timeline's just kind of screwed up, maybe? Maybe. Or Chaska's recommendation. And I did get Raiden's weapon. I did win the 50-50 for that. Well, the 37.5, 62.5, technically. Torrena and Chevy. Captain, were you serious about what he just said? Maybe I shouldn't listen to any more of this. Keep listening for a bit. I'll have to be carried through the air by a Kukasaurus, too. That's right. And I'll have to practice handling the musket up there, shooting at ground targets at high speed. That's right. Then, is there a raise involved? There is. Oh, money. I'm in. Honestly, even without the raise, I'd be in. Money's never the issue. The dignity of a special patrol officer is. If the Firefeather Quentin Saurian riders can do it, I'm not about to admit defeat. Honestly, I knew to expect even without the raise, but I didn't want to shortchange anyone on the team, so beyond the raise, there'll be a series of supplementary insurance arrangements and stipends as well for when you get dropped by the Kukasaurs. To make sure you got the stamina to handle harsher combat conditions, we'll be adding targeted physical condition training as well. Let's start with a 100,000 pace weighted run. I'll run my best. Dangling midair really doesn't take it out if he doesn't. So for this 100,000 pace run, I'll carry 50 units of weight. I was going to say 35 units, but since you're volunteering 50, then Letelier can run the same standard. We'll see whether the others can take it after that. Goodness, yeah, don't give her any ideas. Bad idea. Who's Letelier? Where'd they show up? Oh, event-exclusive NPC from Roses and Muskets. Just some random officer, I guess. Doesn't seem like she had a minigame associated with her. Man, it's been 2.5 years from that. Oh, just literally just a random cop who showed up so they could have a random cop. There you go. Okay. Also, where'd Bala go? I can't believe they got her. This is sad. Yeah, it's Hedwig and... Yep, we did all that, yeah. Hedwig and Coke. Oh, maybe that's the joke. Instead of Hector and Coke, it's Hedwig and Coke. Almost done for the day. Fancy a couple drinks at the Rusty Rudder over there. Drinks to be paid in your pocket then. Not approving a single more for it. All good? We'll cover it ourselves and bring a few good bottles back for Horkin, Ursula, and Gunter. Oh, and Captain Kai and the Grandmaster, too. And they're all guns associated. But okay, I think that might be the joke. Hedwig and Coke. Yeah. Captain Kai and the Grandmaster, too. Count me out regardless. I got to organize the records from this wargame properly, and the range company has to leave something behind to help me. And there was a special patrol's written documentation for the Grandmaster, the steady exchange plan. We've gone made another fine start to something without even meaning to. Okay. Alright then. Go do TCG maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I could just sleep. Probably should. Whatever. Don't like to end early if I can help it though. And yeah, we do need to put in a little bit more to hit today's forging cap. Okay. So again, Raiden's signature is going to be waiting a while. Sino's and Berthesli's probably, because it's... Oh, if Exiphones needs it, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll probably go... Well, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad to have a... Sino just have an Electro Stellar Conduct character, but I would need to farm more artifacts for them, and I already got to get Stellar Swirl and Stellar Support for Cryo Traveler, Vesna, and Odette, and Mizuki, so there you go. In no particular order, and this thing is also probably slightly better in terms of just pure attack thing. Finale the Deep for Chi-Chi, but that will also probably need to wait. Wait until it's no longer important. I don't know. We'll have all of 7.x for Stellar, won't we? And Chi-Chi will probably work with Stellar Landgrass too, so... Yeah, so if Exiphones doesn't need leveling, I mean, obviously Grasscutter is priority number last. Well, barring Eula's. I mean, Finale's a good alternative. It's going to be either Sino's or Berthesli's, depending on how I feel. That's for certain. Well, actually, let me check. Whose artifacts are more conducive to a build right now? Because they're both going to get crit from the Super Connect set once they get it. You have crit damage ascension. You got a crit rate weapon. You're more or less in position. Well, no. Well, you will be, because you'll get a new set. Presumably, no, you actually got... You were pretty decently built, now that I think about it. Decently. That's a pretty good Sans. It is double crit with energy recharge. Pearls. Pearls? That thing sucks, though. Yeah, probably Sino. Just have an Electro-Stellar Conduct character on field for variety, because what Berthesli would do, Sino is already doing, so will Stellar Traveler. So, yeah. I forgot they added those. That's right. Alright, let us bring in Nether. They say your cards can reveal quite a lot about you, your playstyle, your habits, the way you think, so then show me how you make your next move. Nether's deck revolves around Winter Boom, low card cost, set up powerful damage turns, and it's... This thing's strong. Doesn't grant energy, though. Up to 6. She's just an attacker. Surprised we haven't gotten any playable character cards with under 10 max HP, though we've gotten more. It's only character cards that are based off monsters that have had fewer. More gimmicky. Fewer than 3. Seeds of Deceit. So obviously you want to run her with Llama so that Lunar Bloom is... It also gives cost reduction. So... Okay. This just... This is pretty darn good. But it's costly. Hand and deck. Into the deck. Grants cost reductions. That's already worth 3, though to be fair, it's damn expensive. Well, it's 5 base cost, which is a worse dice to damage rate than most cards. But Crouch Short got time to kill, who knows, might even have a little fun. Okay. I know. Ain't terrible. We'll just nuke you. And then... Figure what we got going. Probably auto mode, because that takes some time, but not a crazy amount of time. And, okay. Put this down. It is interesting that Lava has extra HP, because unlike Ganyu, who at least has a taunt on her flower, there's nothing in Lava's base kit. I mean, she does have healing, and her C1 in... The talent card C1 in this in TCG does reflect healing, if I recall correctly, but still. Are we gonna get the Winnie talent card? It's a toss-up, and we didn't, so... Nothing to use here. Okay, cool. And then we'll just kill Llama with a skill usage. Okay. There aren't good online TCG archives anymore, really, but like, this deck that I'm running is quite strong. So, alright. Let's keep on praying. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Definitely want this then. You can. And since you don't have cost reduction, don't get higher damage Frostgrove. Well, that's not necessarily even something you really, really want. But it's interesting that... Oh. The cost reduction is really Nefer support. Llama and Nefer are very tied together here. As much, if not more so, than they are in base game. And running this without the Bloom Blessing is crazy. I understand that they probably didn't want to make the NPC too hard, but I wonder if hard mode Nefer is going to use that then. And it may as well play this on you, because we're rolling Pyro Dice. Okay. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And it does stay. Not bad, exactly what my intel would suggest. Go ahead. Trigger a Lunar Bloom. I dare you. Oh, wow. That's pathetic. That's also good for... It's only for current costs, so if you reduce it enough... It won't actually help Nefer, really. Okay. That made things marginally more reasonable. Okay. Let's see what happens. Go ahead, and... It's just, you haven't applied Hydro once this fight. What is Nefer going to do? Nothing. Nothing. This was actually pathetic performance. Well, this is starting to look tricky. Also, you forgot your comma. Stupid. Okay. And, okay, cool. Put our turret back up. And there we go. Well, actually, let's play this now. Not that it's going to be particularly needed either way, but okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead, user. It's about time to show my hand. That's fun. And she had no seeds of deceit in her hand. Okay. That's pretty good. But that would not really affect Phantasm performance, would it? Because that's I guess I could test it out myself. Okay. Here we are. And now you're gonna die. Okay. Cool. You know what? Why not? Random. Yeah. There's your Frostgrove. You know, I do wonder how Lunar Crystallize will work in TCG. As you got cost increase on the opponent, cost decrease on yourself, and then Empowerment, which I know specifically uses and gets energy from as a third way to sort of play with card costs. Not the worst way to pass the time. Care for a rematch. And what she said when we lose her. Nice place. Card game. Because if Lunar Crystallize worked along with Empowerment, that would make it specifically synergize with Ino more than Lunar Bloom and Lunar Charge in TCG2, which wouldn't even... I want this round gets to try a little harder. I mean, I wasn't trying, so yeah. Okay. As I was saying, would reflect the fact that Lunar Crystallize as the latecomer is maybe on the stronger side, but still. Yeah. But next patch, since they're rerunning Arle, Twins, and Anefa, I mean, I already got those characters and their weapons. There's nothing I really need to go get. But Vodyanitsa and Vesna are apparently both coming out 7.1 on Anniversary. So it'd probably be good to just have the crystals ready for them then and there, actually. Both their signatures. Probably. Or again, have it ready for Odette. And if Xyphon Ace... Well, presumably Vesna and Vodyanitsa would be first and second half. It's... Well, it... Got Fwins and Walma, then Columbina and Zebai. Last time we got two new 5-stars right alongside each other, and I think that might have been the only time. Was when they dropped Mavica and Satwali at the same time. Same half a patch. Which made sense, because you kind of want them for each other, but... Yeah. Windcutter's Ambush. Meow, the bards say, Windcutter's companion cat Sneku. Bards say that when the darkest hour falls, there will always be someone who steps forward. Humans seem to call such people heroes even when their efforts are in vain. Like trying to turn back a waterfall with the force of the wind, a duel rather than an adventure challenge, allowing to sort of thunderous surge. Oh, in order to... Interesting. Allow the... As the idea here is basically applies damage reduction to allow the Geo Black Serpent to get a bonus from hitting you. Because it deals extra damage to enemies with damage reduction. That's right. Okay. Interesting. I mean, it's... They do synergize, even though they're... Repeats once. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, Crystallize and Swirl will both work on that, but it's just... Since Animo and Geo don't work together at all, they would need another teammate, and I wonder who it would be ideally. Come on. Give me Esco's card. This is such a good starting... Thank you. I was worried for a second. Okay. Now. I mean, I am doing something, but it's not... Well... Now, all opposing. $30 Manustas. Do you have a compass? Just curious. And it. Okay. Go ahead. This one might actually be kind of rough. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to nuke you. Okay. Huh. Challenge objectives. Invest them twice. I would have liked the healing, because now I'm gonna have to choose. I don't like that. Okay. This one might suck on higher difficulties. It's probably gonna suck. Oh. Don't like that. Okay. Well, it's their attacking phase, so if we kill you now, it shouldn't matter. I'm gonna need this just to stay alive. And... come on. Come on. It's good enough. Okay. And you know what? Put that on you. No more wind cutter. Guard stance, stone stance. If only there was another black serpent for them to work with. Oh well, meow meow meow, we're just getting started. No damage reduction on me. Okay. Go ahead, and now you can't do anything, huh? Okay. And I cannot eat this food. Oh well. And you cannot kill Esco. Alright. Don't have a talent card either. Okay. Oh, but you will kill when the crystallize hits. That's right, because it does deal extra damage. That's right. Okay, well, I'll just kill you with a tulpa. Okay. Meow, 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 it's fun. So within expectations. So you say. Oh. Good enough. Go ahead, kill me. Okay. Meow, 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 got you. Left yourself wide open. I don't care. You're dead now. Okay. Cool. So we picked that up, and the idea of this is that you get res for yourself, which is good, and if the opponent has lots of cards, they get res attached to them, but only one, which just allows you to have your Black Serpent, Geo Black Serpent, nuke 'em. Yeah. Okay. Fun synergy. And... Wayward Hermetic Spirit Speaker's Trial. Cutter's Charge, Ambush Charge. Okay. It is said that flowing form sketching cat Little Rose. It is said that deep within Notland's rarely trodden mountains lives a priestess who commands powerful spirit-speaking abilities. Those who seek her guidance must first see through the many veils of shifting radiance she has laid before them. Dual flow of forms and already starts with a stack of radiant hues echoes. Oh, goodness. Because you can select one of the random effects, which aren't shown here, which is annoying. Gives you shield and creates another effect. Okay. Alright. And just gives you more shield. Very tanky. And oh, Tulpa, because of the summon. Oh. Okay, well, there you go. Let's hope that this one goes well too. You're not an elemental life form either. That means that whenever they play a Radiant Hues card, it will summon. Okay. Ugh, that isn't especially good. Let's hope the toss-up works well. Radiant Reflection. Just basically adds more and more effects to your Radiant Hues card, so it's very good long-term. Very good long-term. If it's red, then we have to reset anyway, so yep. This starting hand already sucked, so I'm kind of glad that I get to reset. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll just put that on both of them. Sure. As long as we can get the first skill going, and that's maybe a little disheartening. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, that. If I'm not getting Esco's card on one, it's over. You know, it's nice that one of the strong aspects of Hexerai that they're adding to TCG next patch is that since it adds a second talent card for a given character, and running the talent card Local Legend requires you to have, I mean, Arcane Legend requires you to have at least 2 different ones in the deck. You can make sure that this, you can target one specific character to get buffed either way, and it can be pretty decent. So, yeah, this isn't great, not terrible. Could be better. What? That is a 1 in 27 chance. Because I got 2 copies of Esco's and just one of his to meet the requirement. And since it is also just kind of useful. Okay, at least we got a toss-up. Let's hope the 1 in 27 doesn't become 1 in 81. And then maybe 1 in 243. And then 1 in 100, 729. And then 1 in 21... 2187. That's right. Powers of 3. Ugh. Okay. Come on. 1 in 27. 1 in 83? Efficiency. Hands down efficiency if you have to choose. Okay. Damage boost is nice, I guess, but... Okay. Okay, finally, thank you. Let's hope for more red dice. What the hell? Okay. Wow, that was abysmal dog shit. I'm gonna reset anyway. Because her hand is ass. Okay, now we just have it. That's good. Gamblers isn't good in a game with only 2 opposing characters. Okay. This gives us a chance of maybe getting Winnie's talent card, which could be nice to have, I guess. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Okay. But... yeah. Then we'll just use 1 to 2. Okay. Put that on you. I guess I'll just play this now and save the toss-up for next round. Maybe next round. Okay. Are you gonna summon Sun? Oh, well, alright. Third from the top of your deck. So you probably want some good mill. Okay. Spirit Speaking Frost Star, normal attack. Okay. Okay, they're jobbing. They have nothing good. Yeah, and that's the thing about when they've got duels. Sometimes it's hilariously easy, and sometimes it's just LMAO kill you. You're not even gonna not... What? Okay. It's not even just that you're not switching, it's you're going to die round one. You got nothing done, used a crappy normal twice and just died. That's pathetic. Okay. Still got the catalyst icon. Since it is elemental. Meow meow meow. Oh, nice hit. There's a fist icon for anything that's a monster and not elemental. That's not here, obviously. Okay. You know what? Don't really have time for auto mode, because that is liable to go for a while. I think that... Oh, well, that hurt. Maybe I should have seen that one coming. Okay. Alright. Freeze really is kind of evil, huh? Okay. Wow. Well. I guess I can just put these back up. I shouldn't have done that. Because now you're gonna hit me, that was silly. Oops. I am not at high function right now. Yeah, because if I'd switched to Tulpa, I could have put Esco back down without issue. But I didn't, so... Yeah. Okay, okay. It's like, can he throw this match? Potentially. Difficult, but possible. Not even sure it is possible at this point. Yeah, as a... Meow, 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 impressive. This isn't over yet. Tulpa's talent card does make it an elemental life form, though. Permanent Hydro Aura and more half Tulpas, but it's... You don't even really need half Tulpas that much, so... What does it matter? Okay, Tulpa. Just hit him. Yay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the Picross. I mean the Pixel. To avoid copyright issues. Okay. Let us pick these up. And this is a fun one. Because it's good for discard decks, because you want higher cost on your cards, because it boosts certain effects. Big one is Kave. Yeah. I mean, this is specifically a Kave boost, because of the fact that he wants... He draws the top card of your deck, discards it to choose the damage of his burst core detonation. What? What the hell are you talking about? What? Also, I'm like 10 years older than you. Don't call me that. Water Burst. With the Non-Cry Resonance, you can actually double Blessing cards, which is ridiculous. Bitch ass. it's more animo damage. It's when you receive healing. Aqua Breeze. This one is actually pretty interesting. When you receive healing, feels like it could work for Kokomi. But you still need the energy. I could work for Alhytham pretty well. Probably. Nexus, one with your elemental die. Guess it just depends on how good the burst is, and if they use a lot of skills. I mean, the interesting thing about Blessings is the fact that you don't need a team with only those elements to play them, but you still need to trigger the reaction, and the issue is that if you don't have only those, it won't have the effect of automatically being drawn at the start of the game and being played for the dice cost, and converting your dice at the start of that round, so it's not as useful. And this is a funny one to try to use with Kave, but it doesn't work very well because you have to play them with only monsters. You have to play it with 2 other monsters. It's curious. Cannot stack. Power Research, this one for Nether. And then Lockaberry Pie. This round. Next 2 times. I need 4 for that. Well, it's... The idea, I imagine, is that you'd be using cost reduction. So those are all essentially high cost related. So a Nefer Wowma deck kind of related. Similar to how... When Not One was in TCG, they sort of built tribal archetypes. At least for the 5 stars, kinda. Children Echoes really didn't have one, but People of the Springs was summons. Sons of the Canopy was stealing cards and cards in your deck that weren't originally in the deck. Orrone does not have anything select related, but... Oh. Select for Masters of the Nightwind, it was switching and a weird target mechanic for Flower Feather, and for Collective of Plenty it was Prepare Skills, which, yeah, not all the characters even had. I wish they'd kept it kind of consistent between the 5 and 4 stars if they already knew what gimmick they were going to run. To be fair, it's not like Satvali and Orrone work together at all, or meaningfully similar in the base game either. Let's get the golden skins, and it... I'm gonna have to use Nefer for something. Let's go ahead and get her a nice shiny skin anyway. Okay, cool. That's for you. Okay. And now... Can't do this from here. Can't do Millie Astra from the tavern. Okay. Last thing. Freaking backrooms. Buh. This looks fun to do eventually. They really said, here's a game that colorblind people cannot play. Actually, not this. Not this. This one's boring. Well, Untitled... Oh, they got Untitled Goose Game. Holy crap. I'll play that in a year. You know, I can't play this. Because in 4 days they're running French. I can't accept that. Okay. I'll do this real quick, find a local legend or something, and that'll be all for the night. Okay. Daily. Close some of them off. F-E-I-R. Not fried. Fries? No, but I isn't there. Huh. I... Probably not either. It's F-I... Filer? Maybe. Fiber? Nothing else fits. Huh? Finer? Okay. Pfeiffer? I think that is a word. I think it is. Yeah. Just do that Picross. And get that outfit? That's fun. Okay. It was wild that I had to actually progress the story a bit in Pacopia. Because I had to actually get Zorma. Thankfully, there wasn't much I needed to do, but I should go back somewhat soon. Light up Bleak Beach and try to complete the main storyline. So that when I want to pop in for little events, I can just do that. Yeah. It was fun enough. Getting below 20 seconds to get all the rewards for it. I mean, it's not like I need Pokemetal for much of anything. It was kind of annoyingly RNG, though. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. What's a zeros? Start with nice big numbers, and the 14s are going all the way across. There are some other Picross minigames that people made, and a lot of them allow you to basically mark a row just by moving over it. There's no kind of drag mode. You have to click every single one individually, which I like that it's pixel art, which does also make it kind of easier in a pleasant way, as compared to being either randomly generated for a lot of them. And... okay. It's mostly across. Something red. I wonder what it is. A Dracolite, maybe? No, it's not really the right color for that. It's also wider than it would be. Let's run across. And then 2 in. 3 from that edge, because it's 15. 2 from the edge. And then, like this. It means 7 in. We already see that though, so that's not meaningful. Now we just gotta start eliminating places where we know nothing can be. This is 6, so it can't really extend any farther out. Keep marking, and okay. This one's already empty. This, some kind of maple leaf? Maybe. Perhaps. This is already in. And... cool. Both of these already mostly plotted out. 3. And then for... okay. It says meaningfully constrained things. Some things. We can fill these into, so we know this is a 6. 11 means... constrain that. No, that's not there. And this is also all... yep. Block this out. This is just a 1, so that's also just a 3, so we have 1 on either side. By the 8, we know that this is filled in, because even if it started from here, it couldn't go there. Keeps it simple, and That can't go. It's not there, which means this is 1. 12 right here. 3 on the other side. That simplifies that as well. That's already filled in. As much as we really could. Why? Weird. If those are there now, where's the next place we can eliminate something? Well, we know, yep, 7, so 5. 2 from both sides. 7, so this can be eliminated, which means we got this. It's 9, so, well, it's actually 10 here. 10 out of the 11. We have 1 space on both sides, because 11 minus 1, 10, 1 from either side. Cut this off, because it's 6 out of 7. 7 now, and now we can fill this in. Well, we already could have, if I was paying more attention. 4 out of 5. That's 10. Fill that in. Because it can't do without. Likewise for that. 11, so this is our 4. Well, could have gotten that with a 12, but yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, and 12, 12, 12. That can be filled in, so the 7's here. Now this is an 8, now we can just hunt around. Sort of spiral. This is our 5, which means 11 stops here. Now this is a 4. This is our 12, which means this is our 3. This is our 13, so this is our 2, and this is Crimson Agate. Okay, I think. Yep. No, it's Smoked Fowl. Keeps the brain sharp. I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. My ranking is not meaningfully going up, because everyone who's still at this is... I missed 1 day. Exactly. I'm going to wait till next patch cycle and get all 42 days of daily Pixel. Pixel daily. There we are. Boy. Okay. There it is, Dreamy Summer Leisure. Huh. Moonlit. That's cute. Okay. Understood. I'll give you an award or something. Maybe. So let's fight. The 2 local legends I like to beat up with the Sandy team one. It's shaped like a dunce cap, but don't let that convince you. Here we are. That's right, we got our gun for completing this. What if I just forgot to collect the rewards? Back during 1.7, which was the first full patch I was in, there was that never-ending battle event that I couldn't fully clear. And as a result, I forgot to claim the rewards from it. The rationale behind the grenade. A model based on a musket equipped with the observation grenade module intended solely for display. Combat is a battle of endurance, and a marksman's ammunition is always limited. Every shot must therefore be deliberate, precise, and tactically sound. To maximize combat efficiency, keep the marksman securely concealed, the observation grenade was conceived. Its invention turned what had once been a little more than a tactical ideal into a practical reality. Cool. Alright, then. That's cool. Next time they put out a Chronicle banner or Light Race banner, I guess I'm also gonna be... busting up some signatures for older characters getting buffed or something. Maybe. We'll probably get a Leeway Chronicle for Leeway boss. Maybe. It's crazy that we got a mod stack Chronicle better than included characters who were getting buffed. Poor Eula. I mean, always. Always. When has she ever done anything good in her life? Okay, come on. Here we are. And... come on. Ooh, alright. 1, 2, 3. That was enough. Okay. This guy does not drop many particles at all. Let's fight Sigurd, I think. Well, let's put this down before I forget. Use the armor shards I get from fighting him pretty much every day. And here we are. Everyone got some off-field. That's nice. Cool. What do we get? Be careful. You're still going. Okay. Imagine she fell to her death that way. It would not be poison. Okay. Alright. Last thing tonight. And then I'm going to sleep. Fun little event. And it's... gotta do TCG auto mode, gotta do the challenges. And it's... there's gonna be the dance event, which will be complete next week, and I'll do it all in one go. And there's also just... oh, goodness. Oh, I should go and reset that before I forget that. Oh, as I was saying, come on, okay. Thanks, dodge that. Here we are. Okay. Oh, here we are. Nice. And dodge out of that. 1, 2, 3. Stand close while Chi-Chi to hit with the actual orb spin. Also helps out with the energy. Yep. Harder to do very slight with a character which isn't melee. Okay, and here we are. And, alright. What we got? Sandy's Teton Quest 2. And also you're out of the field, which is not great. Okay, cool. And it. 1, 2, 3. Get over here, maybe. Come on. You can... okay, I guess. I would like you to get closer, please. Thank you. Now I can hit you. That's good. Cool. Like 2.5 rotations for a team that isn't yet at full strength. Pretty satisfying. Okay, cool. We got TCG auto mode and the TCG swarm mode. I do want to go back and complete the archive, but it turns out that the bosses in the underwater diving extraction deal and the main flagship event, which is running all patch because it is Sandy's story quest 2. I mean, even though she's not on banner anymore. Even this runs all patch. Okay, cool. But, oh, goodness. And the dance event, and then exploring the rest of the moon, and then doing Sandy's tea parties. Yeah. Then whatever else comes up, I guess. So, yeah. Cool. Get your energy back. Get your energy back. Cool. Okay, alright. And that's right. Let's remember to do this. Guess I'll pick this up while it's here too. It certainly beats having to go through the entire underwater tunnel to get here for a couple of crystals. But I do like completion, so... And, oh, that's right. Before I forget this, let's... dump this all in. That's the only way they'll let you get halves. Cool. Alright, and it... Theater, Stella, Artifact Event, Tablet of Tona, Meeting Point Construction, Trouble Secret Spaces, and Gnostic Hymn. It's funny how when that got added, there were very few areas. Well, I mean, there were the printer, the Secret Spaces, and the Transmute. I mean, said printer twice. And the Battle Pass, but even still. Okay, cool. I'll probably do some mining. But that's not interesting, so... Sayonara again. Farewell for real. Yeah.